Hello, welcome to session 2. It is session 2, how dare you, of Going Platinum, a Demigods campaign here on Happy Jack's RPG Network. To find all of the previous session of this game, you could go to happyjacks.org/goingplatinum and happyjacks.org/shows for anything and everything that's ever been done here on the channel. There's a lot of good stuff on there, a couple of bad ones, they know who they are. But there's a bunch of good stuff on there.
Why did you make eye contact with me?
I made eye contact with me.
That's true. We
Spaceship
were in shows
stabber.
together.
Oh.
So I am Jason. I am your GM. I also, in full disclosure, wrote the Ding Dang game. So it is kind of fun for me to get to share it with you like this. The book was supposed to be up for sale by the end of February. It's not, so don't worry about it. It'll be up this month for sure. It's complicated. February was busy. Didn't happen. But you can follow me on Twitch and Twitter at It's Probably Okay if you want to get news about that. And that's all I will say about me. Oh wow, the lighting on Alex got really interesting. We're joined by Studio Ghost Alex this week.
Hello. Do I look ghostly?
Alex, who are you and how did you get in here?
Hello, my name is Alex. I can be found on the internet at Alder_Mancy. I use he, him, and they, them pronouns, and I'm very excited to be joining Going Platinum once again as Teo the Raper.
Excellent. Clara?
Oh, okay. Fine. Hi, I'm Clara, and I am all over the internet as Clearly_Golden. I'm playing Micah, the Trickster, and also, like, this is just very fun.
Personal space.
I'm just gonna, I wanted to ruin the illusion just a little bit because the heavenly light on Alex just looks really good. And I can't let Alex be prettier than me.
Well, I'm not involved in that conversation. Okay. Anything else we need to know?
No?
Okay. Next.
My name's Eli. I'm on the internet, and I play Anders the Celestial.
Straight and to the point. I like it.
Yeah.
Very good. And I'm Kimi. I am playing Bella Markadakis, the daughter of Nike and the warrior. And yeah, I like being perfect and best at everything.
And that's never been a problem for you.
It's never been a problem.
Can't
And
imagine how that would.
not playing myself.
No.
Ever.
Contrary to popular belief.
I was re-listening to our first episode and your description of, no, it's okay if other people aren't their best or number one. It's just me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, how dare you? This is uncomfortable. I'm in this picture and I don't like it. So last time there was a little bit of an issue. So we're gearing up for Battle of the Bands. This is our band. We are called Next to Godliness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Next to
and
Godliness.
NTG is the sort of rock / digimetal, right? Like there's a whole electronics quarter of the
Yeah.
band.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
We're a
electro
forward-thinking
metal.
experimental rock collective.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really clear throughput there. But you were in Hollywood, gearing up for this Battle of the Bands that's going to be out in the desert soon. And while you're here, your promoter got you a gig at a local place that is medium-sized. There are like lots of big bands will come through here, but they're like, hey, surprise, this big band is playing. So they only sell, a few hundred tickets, and it's like maybe 1,000 people, right, in the auditorium. So I'm trying to think of a good venue to map this onto, but you know what? If you don't live in LA, it doesn't matter anyway. So it is the Neptune Theater in LA that exists now and is definitely a real place. So you're playing at the Neptune. You're backstage while one of the openers is on. The second opening band was in the green room next to you. You got one green room all to yourselves because you're the headliners. But there was a ruckus next door. We went out to investigate. One thing led to another. Clara licked a werewolf. So,
Okay. The sheet says silver tongue.
uh-huh.
5 minutes, like a minute before, you said, it's a shame you guys don't have any silver on you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Accurate.
I was set up.
Mm-hmm.
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 Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I was
Yep.
thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we also established, I remembered when I was re-listening, that you are managed by, I don't know if we named your management company. I don't know if that's important, but you are managed by an arm of that company that specifically handles supernatural acts.
Mm-hmm.
So, as in bands or shows or performers or whatever, because sometimes shit happens when the supernatural mix with the mortals. And guess what? Shit happened. We know it wasn't the siren's fault. They were outside looking in as you had this fight in the hallway and continued looking on.
Yes.
Because, I mean, their makeup's all done. It's, what were they going to do? Stop their smoke break?
Well, and more importantly, like when I completely failed my role, the complication I chose was losing all of my gifts.
Oh, right.
One of which was my sigil of command, which is why they listened to me in the first place.
Right.
And they're like, "Oh, she left that in her dressing room. Too
Yeah.
bad."
Yeah.
Oops.
We wish we could help.
Or you just lost their respect.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I did not have their respect
They
to
just-
begin with.
They just turn around with this we do not observe you.
I also dinged Bella's axe.
That's right.
Oh, is it?
That'll buff out, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's one of your gifts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll add it to
Yeah.
the list.
But we decided it wouldn't have a mechanical disadvantage,
Okay.
but it's scratched now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
noticed. Okay.
Oh.
Mom's gonna be so mad.
Who made it?
Ooh.
Was it another an earthly demigod? Was it a semigod?
It's not the same thing.
No.
No.
I'm thinking of the newly ascended demigods who are
Yeah.
they're like, I'm a god now, and the rest of them are like, okay,
Take
buddy.
a breath, kid.
Yeah,
Sure. Hercules.
Semigod kind of like.
yeah, like a Hercules, right?
Mhm.
I'm gonna say it's a demigod who became a semigod,
Okay,
and that's given me a little bit of
somebody who ascended recently.
yeah, who's a friend of mine, and we couldn't be close, but because of the internet now, we
Sure.
could be friends via the internet.
Oh, yeah, that's an interesting way to conceive of that. Okay, yeah.
And in my pantheon, I'll let you fill in the thing, but we were friends, maybe we're cousins in the pantheon.
Yeah.
And we were each other's demigod support group.
Sure.
Oh, it's okay. I totally know how hard it is to accidentally smash your own car. I get it.
Yeah.
And then and they made it for me as a gift and sent it to me,
Okay.
which meant so much to me. And then they ascended,
Yeah.
and now I'm I can't talk to them anymore.
You know what it might have been?
Hmm.
The artisan playbook can use one of their ascendance moves to birth an epic item into existence.
Oh,
And what if that was their last ascendance?
Oh.
yeah,
Where they were already kind of
So sad.
1 foot in the clouds anyway.
yeah.
They're not dead.
I-
They just became a god.
Okay.
Such
do we
terrible
hang
things
out?
to happen, Clara.
Sure.
Sure. But yeah, I think they used their last act on this earth
Mhm.
was to birth this guitar / axe weapon
Mhm.
that you both thought was such a funny joke,
Mhm.
and made this exquisite work of art that now has a bit of crease, scratch. They're you should be able to buff it out, but it's not coming out right away.
Yeah, and it's
And-
gonna have to be someone who really knows what they're doing because I don't want just anybody to touch it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, you're gonna need.
It's
an
the
artisan
Wonder Woman
probably.
statue that's very expensive that I love that's been broken now for 4 years in my house because I can't find a person to
Oh.
repair it.
Yeah,
And I'm just if I do it and I screw it up, I will cry forever.
yeah.
Sorry.
But
that's
you won't be
very
mad at
personal.
anyone else who screws it up.
Yeah, but if I'm paying them, then I can be and if they're a professional, it won't be me Googling on the
Are
internet.
there professional Wonder Woman statue fixer-uppers?
Not that I found.
Okay.
I'm sure you could go
If
to
you were
college.
But
for
there
someone-
that.
should be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you
Thank
fix
you.
sideshow statues, like DM me. I want
Is
to
that a
know.
brand? Sideshow?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sideshow collectibles.
Okay, cool.
Sorry. Back to our regularly scheduled actual play.
All right. So we're going to pick right back up in the hallway here. We're not going to stay on this scene a long time, but we will be here for a good time.
Oh, I have to share.
Yeah.
Okay, so someone, remember how, our first session was a lot of still, world building?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
We
know
were
what
like,
you mean.
it's almost like session 0. Someone on YouTube's called it, no, this is like session 0 after party.
Yeah.
Which I thought was, a very good...
I like that.
Me too.
Yeah, there was plenty of story, but there was lots of world building. It's like a little bit of both.
Okay. So we're in this mess.
Mm-hmm.
There is a dead werewolf on the floor. I think what.
He's turning back into a person, which is almost worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Not
it's a lot
such
worse.
guy.
Yeah. There's just a dead guy on the floor.
Yeah.
Who is also scraped up and bloodied and. I think did he go into anaphylaxis? Is that what we
Yep.
described?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need a new tongue ring.
Yeah. So he's blue in the face and just face down. There's gore all over the walls in the hallway now. So what do you do?
Did not realize that people had this much blood. This is more blood than people should have, right?
Oh, I just think you don't realize how much blood is in someone till you open them up and look.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I never checked before.
And there was multiple
Well-
people, weren't there?
Well, there were.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There were. So it's a
In the
lot
room,
of
yes.
blood.
In the
The
room.
band
Like
members.
voluminous.
Right,
Yeah.
Alex. Yeah, there were more in the room.
I guess
I
now they're in
Also have acquired a new tattoo, unfortunately.
him. So you gotta do that now. Should we look away?
Well, I've got to do it at some point. And how long do we have before we have to perform?
Well, this band was supposed to go on ahead of you. But
Okay.
they got it. So that's a little bit of an issue to deal with. The sending people on their way, Alex, most of the time for a Reaper is just an issue of you exerting a little bit of your will, right? Do you want to try to have a conversation with this werewolf first, or just kind of send him on his way because you've got shit to do?
I could have a brief conversation.
Okay. Then in that case, I would like you to. Do you have the I see dead people move? I think that's what it's called.
I do not have that one. No.
Okay,
So,
so then-
maybe I can't.
No. I would just ask you to roll bend fate.
Ah,
To use your Book of the Dead in a slightly odd way.
okay.
Did we establish your Book of the Dead as tattoos?
Yeah,
Mhm.
they've got
Yes.
Oh, the hands.
The
Oh
book
god,
is
that's so
yeah.
fucking cool.
Okay, that is a 7.
okay. So you get one boon and one bane. So your boon is going to have to be use your gift in an unusual way. What bane would you like to take?
I'm going to take. Ooh. Become stunned for a few moments, if that works. I think
Yeah.
while Teo is interacting with this werewolf, he just goes somewhere, eyes completely black over, and just kind of sits down to
Oh, I
the
love that.
floor.
Kind of
with the
slide down
hands
against
open.
the wall, and yeah. And in the sort of in between realm, Teo is still standing there in the hallway with helping the werewolf guy stand up. And what do you want to talk? He's looking pretty confused, but he's just looks like his human form right now. And it is
Did you join that band just to take their life?
oh, it happened again, didn't it?
Sorry, never mind. I apologize.
Did you just turn me into a ghost?
No, I
Just for this?
I was thinking I could fix something, and I didn't.
This
I
is
apologize.
perfect.
apologize.
If you're just listening,
Sorry,
go check
I
the
was just
video
going
at
ghost
this,
mode.
at
Yeah,
this moment.
sorry. I
yeah.
thought I could like put a filter that would be like a little like I messed it up. I screwed up. That's me. Everybody, that's me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, that's great. We got to set that up for when this happens in the future. I
purpose?
mean, if this happens in the future.
Yeah, tell me
It's
how
all
to
good.
do
I
it,
can
Kimmy.
do this.
Hey, oh, that's great. We love it.
It's a halo. Very nice.
Oh no. Oh no, we've discovered a new toy.
Whoa, that was loud.
Oh, fantastic.
See, it's a
You
little bit.
desaturated me.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go.
I mean, resaturated me.
Yeah.
yes.
Saturation there.
Okay.
Oh wait, that's great.
Yeah. See, I can do good things. I just
my
have
gosh.
it takes a couple
What is-
tries.
Thank you so much, Kimmy.
All right. So the yeah, that's his answer. He's asking you, did it happen again?
You've murdered a room full of people before.
Well,
Good question.
I not exactly, but I normally I know when the change is going to happen, and it's not an issue, and I just go camping for a week or a few days, and it's fine, and I just stay away from everybody, and I wasn't supposed to change tonight.
And you are saying you attacked my band as well, not of your own free will.
That side of me is not really me. I'm really sorry if I hurt about the people I hurt.
I want to use one of my moves, if I may.
Okay.
It's called What Has Been. I can determine someone's guilt on a specific matter or their deepest regret,
Okay.
Ooh.
make an accusation, and weigh their soul.
Okay.
I am going to accuse this werewolf. Did you delight in any of this violence? Did you leave yourself alongside people that you knew you could hurt?
Okay. Your herald, understand the accusation. Go ahead and is there a dice roll with that?
It's a judgment.
Okay. Let's see how it goes.
And because I have a Book of the Dead, I will also get a clear idea of the best way to help this person clear their conscience.
Okay.
Ah.
Oh, oh my gosh. Oh, that's so good. Sorry, that's a 14.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's actually too high.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
rolls around to the bottom again.
I got a perfect 12.
Oh,
on
well done.
2d6.
So take a thread for your doubles.
Amazing.
And the soul of this young man opens to you. It's just like as you open the book of your hands, right? It's you just see this life play out, and you absorb it too fast to sort of narrate it as scene to scene. But you experience this that he genuinely thought he had a situation under control. He was not preying on the people in his band, but it was a little reckless of him to do this, but at the level of I'm good, I have this under control, in that he was lying to himself, but not to get away with something, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It was reckless. It was reckless endangerment, but not premeditated murder, or even like happy accident murder, like Clara could tell you about. What? Who said that? That was rude.
I'm not here. I'm not even in the scene.
And by the way, I love that this is I would put like a negative filter over the film of this, like showing everybody in the hallway right now. Everybody else, your bandmates are sort of moving in slow motion. We're not sure what's happening in the earthly realm, but we just have this overlay of this dark and light. So the young man does have a great deal of guilt about the situation, and the best way to absolve that guilt is to he's also quite long lived. He's like 100 years old, and has the bank accounts to go with it. He's just a grungy punk rocker who has like $1 million in the bank, because he's 100 years, like he's invested in Apple in 1984, and with a lot of money that he had at that point, because I don't know. I think let's put him all the way back to like the gold rush days, right?
Oh, wow.
What's that, like a couple hundred years old, and
Maybe he gave Levi Strauss the Levi's idea.
He
And
lived in
got
an
paid for
oldie
it.
town
Yeah.
called Razor Ridge.
yeah. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, Old West town. He's from an Old West town called Razor Ridge. Was that in California? Yep. And
I don't remember. That AP was a very long time ago.
yes, many moons ago. In
If you'd
fact,
like to go back, there is a werewolf actual play in the World of Darkness setting that was in like an Old West town called Razor
hell
Ridge.
yeah.
That Mac ran many years ago.
that's a
that
Mac game.
like
I've
time has
never
no
heard
meaning.
of.
Yeah.
Go back. It's great. Go.
It was good times, though.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Okay. So in that case, scanning through the pages, illustrated now with what seems to be a young man slowly growing into grimy punk middle age.
Yeah. And he was there through like disco turning into like beatboxing and hip hop and punk kind of splitting off at the same time, and following punk and grunge, and just that whole process, and just
Teo
like
smirks a bit at a few unfortunate haircuts,
well,
and then
many.
weighing the weight of this werewolf's soul in his hands, he finally says, I think a touch of recklessness does not condemn you, but, and I swear this to you, if you pass the sum of your mortal possessions on to me, I will make sure they are fairly distributed by winter's breath and the cold of hoarfrost. I swear you this.
And he conveys his all of his internet passwords and like the things you will need to move that money on.
Writes them down in the book.
Yeah. Oh, suddenly you have a power of attorney appear in your book that you'll be able to present in the right situation.
Oh my god.
I am grateful for this. And he kind of gestures to the wolf tattoo that has now appeared on his shoulder. There are some of these that I carry with me until their business is complete, but I think, if you don't mind, I'm ready to let this one fade away.
Yes, I appreciate what you've done for me. Thank you. I'm sorry for any harm that I caused.
I will carry that apology on to my companions.
That's all I can ask. And
I hold out my hand to him and walk into a white frosted winter that swarms around us both.
Excellent. Yeah. So that you fade into that, and we'll have you come back in a little bit. You took the stunned condition, so it's going to take you an extra minute to come back.
By me.
You get a little lost in your winter wonderland for a moment.
Yeah.
Just so you know, where you wind up is actually in a section of the media afterlife, and whether or not he was a monster or a product of media, he was a devotee. He worshipped media consciously and with intent, and that has become his afterlife. So he will go be a movie monster now. So that is, we'll come back to that. So meanwhile, back in the hallway, there's a bit of a mess, and your friend Teo lumps down to the ground, which we've seen them do.
Okay, so this is not new.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is not the weirdest thing Teo's done.
Okay.
So he's just gonna be like that for like another
A
whatever.
few
right?
moments, I think.
For a while.
Yep.
Like nudge Teo with my foot. For a second. All right, well he's out.
Teo, is it okay? It would like if Bella was gonna pick you up and like put you back in the dressing room. Are you okay with that?
I think that's probably happened before.
Okay.
Yeah.
A prearranged
Yeah.
agreement.
So
Hard to tell if it's just the low blood sugar or the afterlife thing.
Yeah.
yeah, who knows? Like
It's-
Bella
Little
comes
column
in
A,
like
little column B.
very gingerly picks them up and like takes them and like lays them. There's always like a kind of grimy couch in the green room
Oh.
that you're like, okay, it's fine. There's worse things.
Like the other green room.
Yeah,
on the
the
floor
that's
of the
Mhm.
green room.
So there is you have a few options ahead of you. You could yourselves try to clean up the situation with your various magical abilities. I don't know what's on what everyone's marked on their character sheets. You could, well,
I use Deus Machina to get into the vacuum. And just
I mean, that would be a start. But let's cover all our bases here. Kimmy,
Sirens?
you could order the sirens if you can get your gift back online and reacquire their respect.
Oh yeah.
Which is something I would allow, but would need a bend fate at this point
Okay.
because it fizzled on you at the moment.
Yeah. Well, we decided that I'd left the sigil of command like in the dressing room when I'd gone to go look at what was happening next door.
Yeah.
So I think while I am putting Teo gingerly on the somewhat questionable couch, like I pick up my sigil of command, but I feel like I have to like, all right, you bitches, like get back in line, all of you.
You also, and the last thing I'll add to your menu of options is you know that you have a representative from your talent agency who that is another option if you want to call in help, but that it always comes with a cost. Like you're paying them, and you would also have to pay like an add-on fee.
I feel like this is not also not the first time we've had to.
Oh, certainly not.
I feel like of the solutions, yours may be
Yeah, I
the least
feel like-
risky, but I do have them on speed dial just in case for reasons that we're not going to get into right now.
Let's try bossing around the sirens as a start.
Okay.
Because I feel that will probably take care of the biggest items that we need to clean up.
Yeah.
Body.
Oh, the body and the other pieces
Well,
of
yeah,
bodies.
there's a lot of
There's a lot
mess.
of body still in the other
Yeah.
in the other room
But
too.
here's the thing. You know that the sirens consume live prey
Mhm.
and basically don't leave a trace. So they have some experience cleaning up mess.
Yeah.
They would say they don't make this big a mess in the first place
Uh-huh.
and, put their nose in the air about it. But we know that they must have some ability. Not that they go around eating people all the time because that would be a little too dark. But
that's because we stop them.
yeah.
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 But they certainly will take on some, cattle or whatever they
We
can.
also just don't ask questions, so we're not really
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, the less
there's-
you ask, the better.
There are question marks that we don't need filled in.
No.
So that's
Mhm.
okay. That is a-okay.
All right. So yeah, so I have my sigil of command now.
I want you to roll bend fate.
Okay.
Or, okay. You could, so bend fate comes with a bane no matter what. There
Mhm.
is a cost, okay? Or if you want to roll sway,
Mm-hmm.
I would have you roll with fate's disfavor,
Okay.
but the roll has no inherent minuses to it. So if you come out on top, it would be a cleaner outcome.
Okay.
And you would not have like magically asserted your authority. You
Mhm.
would have actually convinced
Convinced
them.
them.
So,
Mm.
either one is fine. They owe you their allegiance, right? They are supposed to follow your authority.
Yeah.
But doing something for someone because it's an order
Mhm.
versus doing something for them because you respect them are two different things.
Yeah.
So
I feel like they're very begrudging in their respect. Like they respect me, but they don't.
Yeah.
They're too cool to look like they respect me.
right.
So I'm gonna go with the awe route.
Okay.
If only because my weird is -1. So.
Yeah.
I know
what
tech-
deal I was making.
Yeah, I know. Technically, rolling with disfavor is like an average of -2, but this is what happens when you start writing your own games. You're like, I know the math
Yeah.
of this, but still. So I think I'm gonna go to them and I'll be like,
So they're still standing at the end of the hallway where the fire door's been propped open,
Yeah.
and they're leaning against the hood of someone's Trans Am.
Mhm.
We don't know how that got out there,
It's
but
beautiful though. It's
yeah.
right.
Crazy.
So I'm gonna go up to them and I'm gonna be like, my friends, this is a big show for all of us. Like, think how amazing it would be to be. This is one of the bigger stages that we've headlined on, and we're just prepping for Battle of the Bands. If this all gets brought out right now, like that's gonna ruin the show. They're gonna cancel the show. They're gonna stop everything. It's gonna become a crime scene. And also, like, I know you haven't eaten for a while. She's gonna kind of look over her watch. And, I mean, and just kind of like leave that unsaid. Oh dear.
Oh.
Oh dear. Oh no. That's a really great roll, and I have to take the bad one. So that's a 3, 4, 5.
Oh, that's not very good at all.
I mean, it could be worse.
Not much. Okay, so the trio listen to your argument, and we don't know their names, right? Just Alpha, Beta, Delta.
Yeah, I feel like they are a collective, kind of.
So one of them leans in and they all sort of put their heads together and they whisper something, and then this like horrible screechy cackle that doesn't match their faces. They're beautiful faces. It like pierces the air. It's like a raccoon jumps out of a dumpster, and some birds take off terrified in the middle of the night. Just a really horrible noise. And then they stop and they look back and go, I think you'll have to clean up your own mess this time.
All right, that's fair. And she thinks to herself, like, see if I get the good meat next time. I don't say that.
So, well, let's see now. Hold on. Well, in PBTA, 6- doesn't mean nothing happens.
I mean,
I don't
feel
like that either. When you say that, no. Hold on.
Well, also, like, them not helping us doesn't mean nothing is happening. It means that we are facing consequences.
Yeah. But I'm gonna make a move instead of
Okay.
just that.
Damn it.
Because your gift is already dead, right? So, that gift is gonna remain dead through the next scene.
Okay.
And let's see, what is the like a sleek electric sports car. Oh, the Polestar. I don't know if you know the Polestar brand, but they're trying to compete with Tesla. And they're just not Tesla. So a very sleek, like 2-seater coupe electric, like drifts into the alleyway.
Of course it does.
And screeches to a halt right next to the Trans Am. And out of it hops this little old man who you have met before and you recognize as one of the people who shows up for the agency.
Yeah.
This, unfortunately, is Agent Fizzlecrank, who nobody wants to have show up. He smiles. He's about 5 feet tall, in an impeccable 3-piece suit that has just been hand-tailored and is dressed absolutely to the nines, including like watch chain and like very expensive looking watch. He's not old-fashioned looking, but he just looks like his face looks like he's from a different time.
Okay.
Right? And when he smiles, you can see through the veil. Most people, when he smiles, it's just a little unsettling. They're like, how many teeth are in his mouth? But when he smiles, you can see that they are actually sharp and fit together.
Oh,
like
great.
shark teeth, right?
Excellent. 10 of 10.
And as well as all of this, he's in this outstanding, like, kind of charcoal gray, a bespoke suit. Has a jaunty red hat on as well. Let's go with like it doesn't match his suit, right? It's
Like a Kangol.
I hate it so
should go
much.
like page boy.
Yeah.
Little
Mm.
tangle hat, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the the little.
Yeah. And hops out of the car and says, oh, wait, hold on. A couple of the names here.
I'd like to turn into a dormouse and just make my way under Anders' hood. Flying squirrel. Just
Mhm.
Bella, what a pleasure to see you again. And again, like his smile is way too wide. Was this? I think it was a Crest commercial where somebody had a flip top head.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was like, unless you have a flip top head, you know, and the guy's like, it just opens like this. It's just a casual, like kids show cartoon. It was terrifying. It has stuck with me for a long time, obviously. His head doesn't do that, but it does seem like it could. And is walking up to you, and when he does, the sirens like flick cigarettes into the gutter and walk around like out the other end of the alleyway.
Okay, good. That's fine.
And you know their body language is they want to run away from him, but they are just being as cool as they can. And your bad roll helped them be super cool in this moment.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad I could help.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, that is so he's approaching.
Bizzle Crank. Good.
I'm so excited to see your show tonight.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I've come to see a band and nothing's gone wrong. You wouldn't believe the kind of people I've had to deal with lately. And then he looks inside the hallway and looks back at you.
To be
And like he's kind of have something in his hands.
Yeah.
It's like key fob, just like
Actually, a
crumbles.
squeezy ball.
Yeah, it- Bella, what has happened?
small werewolf situation.
I've seen what a small werewolf can do. That's not that.
Oh, not literally a small werewolf, a large werewolf, a very strong werewolf. And the rest of the band was murdered. Not my band, obviously. They're fine. You can see them. But yeah. Not sure. Not sure.
I want to check in on other reactions. You all see Fizzle Crank come into view at the end of the hallway.
I would like to turn into a flying squirrel and hide under Anders' hoodie.
Okay.
Like, you know how the hood falls back? It's just like under that fold.
Okay. He's like,
It's also like flattened under the fold.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know this formation.
Anders is going to pick up the axe and then bring it over to Bella
Okay.
and then go, oh, sorry about this, Bella, and gives it to her. Hey, Fizzle Crank.
Anders.
It seems like a great time that you showed up. Very convenient.
And then Anders looks over your shoulder,
Mhm.
and I think you like he's not looking at you.
Absolutely.
Okay. But you see his gaze. I assume you're peeking.
Yeah, of
right?
course.
Mhm.
So you like look behind you and you see stagehand number 1, who you didn't bother to learn their name, right?
Mhm.
Step back into the hallway and just freeze. Regular human man, not equipped to deal with this situation.
Mhm.
Looks like getting ready to do a scream, like a good one, right?
Mhm.
What do you want to do? Actually, I think you're probably, aside from Fizzle Crank, you're the one who sees this because you two are looking at
Yeah.
Fizzle
Yeah.
Crank. What do you want to do about it?
No, oh no. He'll pass out, right? That's fine.
I mean, he's gonna go scream in a
God
minute,
damn it.
and that's gonna
Okay.
be loud enough to be heard.
Okay.
Whatever we want to say about the volume of the rock band that's out there right now, they're not screaming in terror, so it would
Yeah.
stand out.
Is there a... I mean, I'm going through all of the reactions I could have, and none of them are good.
Yeah. Well, I need your split-second reaction.
Mm.
Probably shut him up, which means get something in his mouth. Okay.
So I've got this move called Silver Tongue.
No, but the next option was like, I'm small
Flying
and furry.
squirrel.
I was
Just
like,
ball
that's a
gag.
bad idea. I gotta spend less time in people's mouths this game.
I mean, do you?
I mean, I feel like it's a
Don't, Brian.
I mean,
don't like that you're
even
encouraging
just
me.
going like flying squirrel face hug
Basically,
would
that's
be-
what happens. Is I think I just panic, and because I'm little, I don't. Instead of being able to be like, I just jump at his face, just bap
Yeah.
like a little squirrel, like face sucker.
Yep. Okay, that's fine. You get screamed into your belly, but you take the damage.
Go to sleep.
yeah.
Just tiny squirrel, like. Go to
You
sleep.
are scream proof. I think we have that on your character sheet.
Yeah, that's
that
actually on
you're-
my character sheet.
invulnerable versus scream.
Yeah.
So cool. But we now have an extra moment here to react. So you have muffled the initial scream. It's enough noise that the two of you could turn around, but the rest of the
Also,
venue
you
is
probably
still loud.
felt me just like leave your shoulder.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah. And then there was that soft.
can I use Black Hole Sun and
Like stun?
stun?
Yeah.
Stun too.
I mean, if you want to do a cover, sure.
Yeah.
If you want to use the
Ready, go.
move, we could do that instead.
Yeah. Won't you come? But can I use it in a different way to basically, because you overwhelm their mind and start asking questions, can I overwhelm his mind and force feed him memories?
Hmm.
Gaslight him. Like, why did you kill this guy?
No, not that, but just like, hey, I didn't see any blood. Maybe I should go pick up that thing over there.
Yeah, it's not really meant to be a mind control. I don't know if that's mind control though. I don't think that like really interferes with someone's will.
I feel like at this point he would love to think
Yeah.
of that it was anything else besides
Yeah,
what he saw.
Like humans love to ignore the supernatural.
Mhm.
Right now, this is just a very natural bloody mess. But I think we can trade on that boundary,
Okay.
and let's roll it and see how it goes.
Am I rolling
What's it say?
2d6 off?
Okay.
Sick. 7.
Okay. So what's it say on a 7 and 9?
7 and 9, you can ask any one question.
Okay. But give me a question that is going to get this guy to walk away.
Don't you have to pee right now?
Isn't oh hey Bill, isn't it your mandatory union break?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, man. Your guys' break room is over there. And Anders just like points.
I like crawl up.
You know what? I'm going to need you to ratatouille this guy to get him going in the right direction.
Is that a
Perform under pressure.
okay.
Is my microphone in the wrong
I
spot?
don't have
Raccoon
my
Atui.
basic moves in front of me. What is that what am I rolling that with?
Metal.
Okay.
Metal.
I have nothing that's gonna help me with that. This is fine.
Just your metal attribute.
It's a 0.
Awesome.
I'm not.
It doesn't hurt you.
It doesn't. Huh. 7
Okay.
plus nothing.
That's fine. It's not minus anything either.
Cool. So yeah, I kind of like move onto his shoulder and like rotate his head.
Pull him in the
Kind of hope that his shoulders
direction.
follow his head.
Yep.
And like Rakakuni our way out.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of get him on his way. He's a little dazed from the like actual supernatural power of Black Hole Stun, and your just slight assistance of like, okay, off we go.
I think once he's kind of out, I'll like kick off of him and like
Yeah.
human shape back. Because once his bucket's seen, Fizzcrank's seen me. I'm pretty sure we don't hang out with that many flying squirrels.
Oh no,
And this is
Yeah.
technically not my fault.
For once.
Technically.
Technically.
Mm,
I didn't do anything.
okay.
I mean, you pulled aggro.
Fizzlecrank has not leveled any accusations.
I know, but I feel like every time we see Fizzlecrank, it's because
Well, something's gone wrong.
something's
Yeah.
gone wrong. And it's definitely not always me.
And he was so excited that he was coming out for fun and like not on the job.
It's trying to be fun.
Yeah. So,
Hey, totally didn't see you. Was super in the bathroom. What's up, Fizzlecrank? No? Okay.
Fist bump denied.
That's fine.
Yeah, he's like kind of wringing his hands a little bit, looking at the mess. But then you also let's see, none of you are predators.
Monkeys can be predators.
I mean,
You've never met a monkey before?
technology's pretty bad.
They are, yeah.
No, I'm not that kind of predator.
But he is a
Oh my goodness.
in the words of Jean-Baptiste Emmanuel Zorg, he is a dyed-in-the-wool killer.
Yeah.
So he sighs as you walk your guy back to, and stomps down the hallway. His stomps are a little ineffective given that he's under 100 pounds probably, right? He's a svelte, 5 foot tall, not a bulky man. So he stomps to the best of his ability down the hallway, grabs the pant leg of the torn up pant leg of the werewolf gone back to man form, and drags it much more handily than he probably should be able to, and drags it back into the bloody dressing room and slams the door shut behind him. And before he closes the door, he says, "You all can clean up the bit out here. I'll take care of the rest."
Okay, well,
We got it.
I think this is a good place to have Teo come back. Teo, the body's gone. There's just bloody streaks in the hallway. The sirens are no longer standing outside the fire door.
Okay.
But all your friends are here.
there was a guy, but we fixed it, and not in the way that we fixed the other guy.
Stand up. Well, so we're all cleaning up messes together.
Yeah, it's pretty on brand for Mike.
I'm feeling very attacked right now, and I just helped you kill a werewolf.
You were attacked
I think we
earlier
helped
by a
all
werewolf.
of us
Yeah.
helped each other kill that werewolf.
Okay, fine. Did you find out why he was there? Like, what summoned him?
Me, it was, as far as I can tell, genuinely an accident. He seemed kind of reckless, but he didn't mean to hurt his bandmates nor us
Is it a
in
full moon tonight?
that furry form.
It's not a
I'll-
full moon. It's maybe close, let's say. It's the waxing gibbous, but not full enough that a werewolf should go whole hog.
Maybe it's the rising presence of media. He was associated with their power.
Yeah, I mean, with the big, that's actually not a bad assumption to make. I
Mhm.
think in this situation, with the Battle of the Bands coming up, there is quite a media tizzy happening, and you all are at the center of it. So, yeah.
But he's been escorted. I do have some unfinished business to finish, as is wont to happen, but I think it can wait until after we perform, if we're still allowed on stage.
So I need somebody to explain how you are going to magically clean up the blood in this hallway in the next 5 minutes.
If I could possibly propose a solution, which might be worse. Okay, so I don't know if we're going to get this all cleaned up. So what if we just make it look like a big accident?
Like what?
Well, I could push on the wall and make their green room collapse, and then it's just terrible. It's so sad.
I
like
I
the way
could-
you think.
could try something as well, but I really
I think destruction of venues is not really a viable option.
And they might cancel your show.
Yeah, and we may never be able to be in living on thoughts and prayers.
question for you, Jason.
Yeah.
Now, I understand this might require a certain kind of dry cleaning bill,
Mm.
but
I'm so
I
interested
do-
already.
I do feel like the werewolf cleaning up the messes he has made could include my dry cleaning bill. Would you say that if I were to mop up blood using my cloak of obscurement, its properties of obscurement would help actually hide the blood?
We're here to break your game, Jason.
And I'm willing to give up like using the gift for the next scene, of course, since it's gonna be bloody.
Jason. We're here to break your fucking game.
Can I turn my super cool jacket into a scrub daddy? A black goth scrub daddy with little devil horns.
Oh
Yes.
man, Taya, we're gonna call you Scrub Daddy for the
Thank
rest
you.
of your
Thank
life.
you, Scrub Daddy.
All hail Scrub Daddy.
I'm fine. Everything's fine. I'm okay.
Very good.
How you doing, bud?
I'm fine. Okay. I'm not crying. You're crying. God damn it. I tried on mascara for the first time and then okay.
So good.
Okay, so we are going to need a bend fate. You are using a gift in an unusual way.
Yep.
But this is totally fine. And the potential for Banes makes sense. But I love the idea of you sort of like swooshing your cloak around. What does it
Yeah.
look like normally? Is it like a...
It's a motorcycle jacket, I think I
Oh,
said.
that's right. Okay,
Motorcycle
imagine you
jacket
could,
and
like,
a helmet.
shake it out into...
Yeah,
you know,
it kind
what-
of shakes out and a bunch of like black gauzy fabric unfolds from the
Yeah.
inside.
I love it.
Okay.
Let's roll that bend fate.
That is 8.
Yeah, that is enough to do what you wanted to accomplish. So you get a boon and a bane. Your boon is that you push your gift. What bane would you like to have?
I will definitely say that the Bane is going to be one of your gifts is unusable for the next scene because
The cloak.
the cloak.
Yeah. I think it's not even that the cloak is damaged or unusable. It is offended in that it has a limited capacity to know itself. It's not like an actual person, but to the extent that it's as intelligent as a, good dog, yeah, it's offended.
Okay.
But,
I'm going to take very good care of it and make sure that, obviously when you're a Reaper, getting blood on your cloak is not, it's been treated for that.
yeah, it's not the worst thing to have happened. Yeah.
But-
Okay. So, yeah, the mess in the hallway is cleared up. I think if it had been a bigger mess, like trying to clean up the other green room, that would have been a real challenge. But this is a very good use of your gift. Thank you for that gift. So, the for me, I am happy to have the montage of you all taking the stage and moving on from there. Sorry, I'm not sure what's happening in my monitor here, but so
Oh my god.
is there anything we need to establish outside of you all taking the stage?
Oh my gosh. Sorry.
I think there's just a lot of like background shots of like while other things are happening, Bella like frantically trying to buff out like
No one's gonna see it on stage.
but I know it's there. It's gonna screw up my performance. Like
It's fine.
just yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's not fine.
I'm good. I've like figured out how to get extra drinks from the bartender. And then did the like forgot I had ADHD, like forgot I had fun drink. I have water, I have fun drink, I have caffeine. Then I forgot I had fun drink, so I got another one. And so there are like 3 around
Sure.
the mic. This is normal.
Yeah, that's fine. And
Is there a spiritual like transfer of funds pay?
what's that?
Like a spiritual like Zell?
For what?
Like if Xander or Anders wanted to pay the Agent Fizzle crank a little gift.
Oh.
Oh, now see, I would have my initial thought was there's no way you could have enough that a gift would be compared to what they make
Right.
normally, but you have the wealth gift,
Mm-hmm.
which is substantial. So yeah, I think there's probably some,
Or
you know.
maybe the ability to get like a gift, like a physical gift.
yeah, potentially. You want to have something delivered?
Yeah,
Okay.
like Sherry's berries.
What's that?
It's like edible arrangements.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh, cute.
A red cap edible arrangement is what?
Hope.
Raw meat skewers.
Yeah,
A charcuterie.
yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. Yeah, because it doesn't have to be raw meat for a red cap. It's just that is a thing they can eat.
Yeah.
That's true.
So the yeah, still this is great. Yeah, so you've ordered something before you go on stage that gets delivered while you're performing. We see,
Maybe some meat from like one of the halls of Valhalla or something.
Ah.
Hell yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you're from the science pantheon. We could also get some like molecular gastronomy,
Yeah, that too.
like made up meat that didn't exist before.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Mythical meats. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Cool. So the band takes the stage. I think the audience has to notice Bella's distraction and somewhat lackluster performance. Of course, the performance compared to most people's is very, very good,
Yeah.
but it is only very, very good.
Mhm.
You got a 93.
Yeah.
Next time, champ.
So,
Mm.
I feel like it's like perfect, but not like emotive. Like, you know what I mean?
transcendent.
Yeah.
you hit every mechanical component.
Yeah, and like it just feels like a little bit like, okay, like it seems very rehearsed. It
Sure.
doesn't seem very like from the heart.
I have been to a band before and thought, I should have just stayed home and listened to the CD.
Mhm.
It's like the same, but that's rough.
Yeah.
That is rough.
Yeah. I've definitely been in that situation before. Like, I should have just listened to the album again.
My heart.
That's a pretty deep cut roast.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the kind of stuff that shows up of like, yeah, it was, technically correct,
Mhm.
which as we know is the best type of correct,
Mhm.
but
It's just missing the vibe.
not
Yeah.
not worth braving Sunset Boulevard from Santa Monica to Hollywood.
Yeah. You didn't do enough like crowd interact, like play and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. So then I think
Can I say that Anders tried to help out because he has a little bit of an affection towards Bella, but he's
Aw.
also not very good either.
Yeah, well, I think the whole night is a little
Yeah.
tinged,
Yeah.
that this is, yeah,
But he's trying to like, it's super awkward because he's like trying to make it like do it, but like
Yeah.
not make it noticeable. But
Sure.
it's obviously super noticeable.
yeah. I like that. We'll add that to the montage
Yeah.
of the performance. And is there anything else we need to add?
I was gonna joke that I look great compared to them.
Yeah.
I'm my fucking life.
It's good. So good.
Like, listen, I thrive on chaos, and Micah's like, you're not gonna more numbers for me. That's fine.
And you played bass, right?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
My gosh. What is
Tweet
it?
once about it.
So what if you just like upped the auto tune a little bit to like make sure I hit all the notes?
Yeah.
Help.
Like
Yeah.
enough that it was like noticeable for people who can hear it. They're like, oh, that's auto tuned.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. All the audio files are like,
Yeah.
Listen to the album.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I love it.
my heart. Okay.
Yeah, and I think that there are all these like amazing stories of the European tour live shows,
Mhm.
and people are like, hell yeah, they're playing in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Let's go. And just all the
Oof.
air goes out of the room.
Yeah.
Your
just-
Eurother was better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They must be tired after their tour.
Yeah. Ooh.
What a shitty review.
Oh God.
Right?
Sorry.
You got me in a real personal place.
I know.
I deal psychic damage
That's
to
your
my
thing.
players.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, it's good.
Folks who are following along at home, at least two of our folks here are consummate live
Auto-tuners.
performers.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
No.
Live performers, musically speaking. So I'm doing my best to prey on their actual experience.
Yeah.
I wanted to play Cold.
That was a roll with advantage. Well done. Over a 12. Oh.
Alex, do you play music in real life?
I do not know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, me neither. But it's fun to make fun of them.
But I do play games in real life.
Same.
There you go.
Same.
This is what it is. This is
All right.
real life.
I feel like all of us are just very like tired from having to fight a werewolf before
Yeah.
this, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I guess if you want to make excuses.
Right? We should be amazing
Wow.
no matter what.
We are in a studio. I can see you.
Well, I'm killing it on the drums, literally. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure. So, all right. Yeah, we finish a perfectly adequate performance and load up and head out for the night. By the time you get back to wherever you're staying, the you see the sirens probably have their own like Instagram following, and they're posting
Oh,
a
yeah.
whole like booze bus scene. Like there is a fucking rave in the tour bus tonight. While you all are staying wherever, right?
I opened Tinder. I was gonna sleep on the bus tonight. That's fine. I'm getting sexiled by your sirens.
wow.
I feel like it's
I mean,
not the first time
You
we've
can
happened.
go to the bus. It's just full of sirens and the kind of people the sirens invite to parties.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
I'm
So-
that or I hang out with my mom. So I'm like on Tinder.
Okay. And I know Teo had some friends to stay with in town, I think.
Yes.
What was the situation for Bella and Anders? Or are we going back to the bus?
I feel like Bella has like an apartment
Okay.
with like a.
Like a long stay kind of thing, or does she actually live in LA?
No, I think she actually like lives in
Oh,
LA.
okay.
I think her mom settled here after like the '86 Olympics. Was it '86 in LA?
84, I
'84. Okay.
Yeah.
80 something Olympics, whatever Olympics were here. Like I feel.
The ones in LA.
Yeah.
I think it was 80.
Yeah, 84 was the ones we were dealing with in Russia, I think. Where
Yeah.
a bunch of people boycotted.
Okay, I think there was one around in the 80s. There was a set of Olympics in LA, and I'm going to Google that very quickly and subtly. But that's the one that like Bella's mom just took home like every gold possible
Right.
for like all her events.
She's also sleeping with Nike.
Well, there's that.
Or was Nike sleeping with her because she was such a winner?
No, because she was such a winner. Like that's why
Okay.
Nike was so like
Okay.
enamored of
I
her.
like that vibe better, actually.
Yeah, and I think actually like Bella's mom was like, "No, we can't be together. I have to do this on my own."
I want to know that I did it
Yeah, myself.
Oh.
So it was like after the Olympics.
And Nike was like, hot.
Yeah. Nike was like, just like, oh, so much. Oh, waiting.
The
Oh,
waiting made it
another
better.
gold. That's so hot.
Yep.
Okay. So then they like after the Olympics closed, there was like 9 months later, Bella was born.
Weird.
Best
Yeah.
trophy ever.
Yeah, exactly. So that's sort
I
of
won
thing.
that race.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. All right. The
So for
Yeah.
so for demigods, do they need to sleep?
yes, because there's somebody has a move that says they don't have to eat, sleep, drink,
Okay.
breathe.
That's one of the death moves, I think.
Yeah, one of the Reaper's moves.
Reaper
yeah,
moves,
yeah.
yes.
So just because death moves are a thing, and I
That's
was
true,
like,
yeah.
wait, a what? So, but you don't have to like. You could sleep in your car. You can sleep on a roof. Like,
Because I feel like Anders would almost always be burning the candle at both ends
sure.
because
I mean,
he's
you could also pull an all-nighter doing whatever you want to do, like a regular person could.
right.
You know.
Well, I think he would be doing that where like a normal person would see it as unhealthy.
Sure.
But he'll definitely DJ the rave in the tour bus.
Oh, okay. So you're actually going back to the bus and
Yeah.
partying with the sirens. Okay, cool. That's fine. Yeah, they don't like hold raves and then eat people in the bus. Like
No, I
that's not just doing a mass murder. They just have a very different party aesthetic than you all do. They are the like bro Barbie. Like what's the word that I want there?
I feel like early in our bands, like Genesis, like they held a party, and it was one of those like, I'm not actually cool enough to be at your party. I'm a kickback gal, and this is a like party. So no,
Yeah.
this is a like last night's party, and I'm not going to that.
Okay. Cool. So, moving on from there.
Oh yeah.
All right. Within or over the next couple of weeks, we know you are making various appearances. You're going on talk shows. You're doing interviews. You know, like Good Morning America kind of interviews, right? Of like, hey, do you want to come cut this ribbon and let all these balloons out? Of like, but the birds. No, that's fine. Whatever. Media doesn't care. I just want to add on that you all had become aware that last year's Battle of the Bands, when a Sand Hydra showed up, the Elementals band was brought. Oh, did you just steal Alex's character sheet?
I just found Alex's character sheet.
Oh. Your character sheet's here, Alex.
It's a good thing you're here too. Like you should hand it to him.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
Excellent object work.
Sorry, I was fidgeting.
I love it. So, oh right, and wait, what was the Baba Yaga's component of the last?
She was in another band actually, and they
Oh.
competed against us, kind of.
Right, and she wasn't supposed to be there because she's a straight up deity,
Yeah.
and that could have been
She was
could
like a
have
plant.
contributed to the problem.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's fine.
And then you all formed next to Godliness.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. Similarly, though, so in that time, you know, we can have, you know, various flashback scenes if we want, but the short of it is, and also for our listeners who know, like we only have like 3 more, like today and 2 more episodes, so we're doing a quick
Speed run.
Yeah.
speed run. Yeah.
100%.
And so I'm advancing things a little bit. But you all recall from that time that there was also, like, before everything literally blew up, there had been a flurry of accusations of like unfairness in the judging. There was something going on with the judging of the competition, which, you know, that stuff crops up all the time. But, you know, in the moment, it seemed like this was, it could be an issue, you know, like in your individual bands that you were in back then, that you were in bands with mortals or just doing a solo act. So it wasn't like they were clued into what was extra going on. So
I was gonna say that's a sort of thing that, like, as like a trickster, it's one of those, I think we get it levied at us a lot that we cheat. And it's one of the few things that, like, I think Micah really actually doesn't like is that, like, I am a shitter, but I don't cheat at stuff like this, mostly because Bella will kill me.
Yeah.
I mean now, but even before, like, it's too easy.
Yeah. What's
So,
the fun, right?
Yeah, it's
Like,
not fun. So, like, I think that's one of those things where, like, if it comes up in interviews and stuff, or even afterwards, it would be like one of, like, the little pet peeves that she, like,
yeah.
okay, listen.
Okay.
But if it's something that was, like, following them since before the competition, even, like, before everything happened, it would have been something that she would have been like, why?
All right. Now the tour bus here, we acquired after the Battle of the Bands, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a component in the big battle that you all eventually fought there. So this bus was wrecked and actually kind of regenerated in the process of what you all created. It has a little bit of a TARDIS vibe. It's not like it's, a whole house inside of it, but it is as big as it needs to be, sort of thing. It doesn't have to be gassed up. It has it drives itself, but there's this illusion of this guy
Nice.
union bus driver,
Mhm.
or not like city bus, but you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
the guys who have to drive talent around.
Yep.
So
He's a teamster. We love him.
yeah,
Mhm.
but it's an illusion, right? And
Illusion,
the bus
sure.
drives itself where you tell it to go. So far, it's never gone somewhere you didn't tell it to go.
Yeah.
Why would it, right?
That was suspicious. Why
I-
would you say something like that?
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what I said or why it would be important.
Ooh.
But in the day before, so tomorrow, you were supposed to drive out to the desert because your accommodations will be ready. You don't go now or you'll have to sleep in the bus. But your agent has, there's all kinds of stuff set up for you. There's a nice hotel for you to stay at. You don't have to stay in some motel next to the actual venue. They'll, you take your bus out there and they'll shuttle you back and forth, do what they need to do. But in setting up, you realize today is the actual 1-year anniversary of when everything went to hell. So tomorrow is a year and a day from that time when you're going to drive out there. And we're, getting stuff moved out to, wherever it is you have variously settled. You're all packing up the bus, getting your stuff on there because, you'll live on there for a day or so as you're driving and, just have your stuff to take with you to the hotel. Anything notable that we see your character packing into the bus?
Is this where we're headed to the site of the last
Yes.
issue? Okay. I think
For the memorial resurrection tour
yeah.
of bringing back the resurrection of the Battle of the Bands in honor of those who've fallen because they would have wanted us to continue.
Okay. Micah, in the weeks between, actually heads back to her parents' place in, she's actually from, the IE. She's from,
The
I feel
Inland
attacked.
Empire, for those who
the Inland
local.
Empire, sort of if you don't know, it's a bad joke, but yeah, she's from the Inland Empire. It's very, predominantly Asian, and visits her family. But specifically, she grabs, some stuff for, a small, ancestral altar.
Okay.
Because they're headed back to the site where, her friends aren't dead, but a lot of people are.
Yeah.
And so that's just, a little thing she does. So her mom, she goes into the house and her parents, she, you see her, walk in and she, goes to her room and gets some stuff. And, then she leaves the house and she's got a big paper bag of oranges.
Okay.
Because you cannot
I
leave.
feel so attacked right now.
Listen, you cannot leave
That's what
a
the Inland Empire
from
has.
the Inland Empire without the largest amount of fruit you've ever had.
Yeah.
And she's like, this is fine. But she has a backpack of some
Yeah.
stuff for an offering later.
Yeah. Now, do either of your mortal parents? You said you have 2 mortal parents.
2 mortal parents.
Do either of them remember
Oh yeah, they do.
their Monkey King situation?
Oh yeah, it was
Okay.
a polyamorous throuple situation, and everyone's super into it,
Rad.
and it's super weird.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, for her, it's super weird.
So does the Monkey King drop in once in a while?
Hell yeah.
Okay,
Always
Amazing.
at the worst time, not the worst times, but
sure.
it's one of those your uncle's in town. I don't have it. Oh God.
Oh, can I not
And he
call
comes
him
out of the
uncle?
bathroom with the bathrobe on, but open.
Yeah.
And it's
he's,
completely comfortable.
Yeah. Completely
too comfortable. This is
too comfortable, and also Micah's parents are older, and so also they're her parents. You never want to see your parents at that age, ever, but at that age,
yeah.
being that comfortable with the swinging 60s kind
Yeah.
of vibe.
Yep. I
So
love it.
she's yeah.
I also am just picturing a moment of like, so they're aware of that magic is real and that faith has an effect on the world.
Of course.
And I just imagine one or both of your parents like, oh no, oh, you're gonna build an altar. Okay, so you also need this, and then remember to face it this way, and then like doing all this really annoying stuff that you're a fucking demigod and you know how to do it. Like
It's actually a Buddhist, like a common thing for us to have in the house.
Yep.
So it's partially that. It's partially like the actual like, yeah, your dad's the Monkey King. We know. Like,
yeah.
And it's like her grandma who's also just like, and bring a chicken. And she's like, why?
Why, Grandma? Okay.
I just want to clarify for those people listening or watching who are not from California, the Inland Empire is not as glorious as it sounds.
I mean, it is.
It's glorious.
Eli and I are both from the Inland Empire. And
It's appropriation because I'm not.
basically, it's the inland area of Southern California where a lot of fruit was grown for a really long time. And now most of the people who work in LA just commute from there.
Mm-hmm.
It is...
And now their main export is meth, I think.
yeah, absolutely.
On the east side of the Inland Empire.
It depends. Like San Bernardino or Riverside, like have like been vying for meth capital of the United States, like back and forth for many years. So, you know, I was born in a trailer. I can make fun of it.
Yeah,
I wasn't actually born in a trailer, but I lived in
Adjacent.
But yeah, no, Micah's family is very like they're like staunchly Buddhist after like everything, and then also validation from their gods, like from their mythology. So
yeah,
they're like, yeah, we keep that shrine because duh.
Yeah.
So yeah, she like leaves and she's got like 2 paper Trader Joe's bags of oranges and oranges and lemons. She's like, I didn't need this much, but here we go. So when she gets back to the tour bus, she's like, figure it out.
Oranges and meth. Yep.
Oranges
And you're actually spot on. Like beautiful temples randomly.
Yeah.
Like strip mall, amazing temple.
Yeah.
Orange Grove, trailer park. Okay. That's how it goes. That's the vibe. So welcome to your new knowledge of the Inland Empire.
And really souped up cars.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Teo. Is that Teo? Are there
Yes.
Are
that
there
is my-
any
that is my name.
any particular preparations we're seeing from you?
Animal cages and animal preparation. His steed, which is his motorcycle, obviously has the separate trailer.
Yep.
As well as the 1 second. I've got to find the names of the numerous animals that I've got here.
Oh yeah, your menagerie.
My menagerie. Okay.
And
We've got
by the way, your animals don't need to be kept in cages because they're like they actually are borderline sentient, and
oh yes.
we'll just like go potty outside when it's time to take a break. Like they're not.
It's less cages and more like Zappa, who's the Shiba Inu, only sleeps in like this black soft velvet.
Yes, no,
like
this is
fake
appropriate.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Zrock, the crow, has like this silver chain thing. He doesn't need a chain, but he just like wears one.
Yeah.
And he's got this like tiny little crow goggle thing that goes on when I'm motorcycling.
Oh,
Anyway.
perfect.
Yeah. He has a whole entourage everywhere he goes.
I love it.
So mostly he's just stocked up on like extra treats and water and things they might need because we're going out to the desert. It's a little, bit of a different weather. He has a separate kind of tent thing that he could put down that gives them shade while they're hanging out. I also think that he has stopped back by some of his local friends, and he was staying with those friends. These are some of the party vampires that we've mentioned, who Bella also is familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe has picked up, he's just looking for the lay of the land in terms of what monstrous factions are currently active.
Oh, like in the desert or just who's
in general
busy?
in the city. I think it's partially safety research, but it's also like he doesn't want to get pulled away from the Battle of the Bands for like a really urgent, massive clash between like vampires and werewolves or something.
Oh yeah. No, the biggest news anyone heard about is the like sewer crocodiles were a little bit of a situation in LA. But that was basically handled. Like it's not going to spill over into the streets. So, and
Excellent.
most of the supernatural population in LA is like, oh, damn crocodiles, and then they take care of it. And, everyone handles their neighborhood in their own way, and
Yeah, as you do.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, what about Anders?
I think that he is going to take a music box that was his mom's because she died that night. And he's going to take it to the site and have
She was
Teo.
there?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I was in the backstory because Teo whisked his mother away to the
Right.
afterlife.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's going to take that music box and give it to Teo to see if he can talk with her.
Okay. So that's like a road trip conversation?
Yeah.
Okay, good. We'll hang on to that.
Yeah.
So we see this. What is this? Can you give me just a rough idea of what this music box looks like?
A music box.
Okay. Rectangular with the open up.
I would say it's like maybe like porcelain.
Okay.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
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 Do you have to wind it up, or
Like
is
a
it
jewelry
magically animated?
No, it's like human one. So
Yeah,
it's
okay.
yeah.
There's an actual human inside of it.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Like a little person.
they're so trapped.
Yeah. Punishment.
They've been shrunk down.
And I think that because he has his third eye, and we said that they were like technology glasses, like he's
Oh, yeah.
loading in like home videos of his mom, like into the glasses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's bringing his laptop.
And your mom was aware of the supernatural, right?
I don't think so because the way I envisioned is that she was like an on-the-go woman who didn't believe that she needed to be married to have a kid.
Yeah. True.
So she paid for like in vitro,
Sure.
and then that's how Anders was born.
Okay. Yeah. Great. And then, well, and I imagine he was. So then the algorithm either got involved
Mhm.
in the in vitro, or also you could just be adopted at any age by a deity. So, that can happen too.
I kind of wanted it was like kind of like there's a randomness to it,
Yeah.
to why she was selected, and maybe he doesn't know.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I like the idea that the algorithm just got involved because it was the right calculation
Mm-hmm.
to get involved with. And yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So then you've got your music box and various accoutrements. That's great. Okay, Bella, what kind of prep do we see?
I feel like it's just like meticulous practice
Mm.
and making sure I have everything, like lists of things. And I don't know, I feel like that's how she kind of aligns herself for all types of things,
Sure.
is just making sure, okay, I have everything I need. I've got my list. I think she probably has one of her mom's gold medals
Mm.
that she has somewhere, and I feel like she kind of takes it with her. She would never admit it was a good luck charm because it's not about luck, it's about practice and preparation to prove you're the best.
Sure.
Yeah.
But she
Just
just does better when it's
inspirational.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
inspiration. It's not luck,
Sure.
but she doesn't like having it not there. So I think something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. All right. So we're getting the bus all packed up, getting ready to leave Hollywood. I imagine having to go all the way out to the Inland Empire, pick up all this stuff, come all the way back into Hollywood, just to drive through the Inland Empire again. But Inland Empire? No.
Yeah.
It's a different
You're
guy.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Through an umpire. Even.
It's a little annoying, but you make it there and back again.
Didn't take the move that let me do that faster. So
Yeah.
I gotta do it the old-fashioned way,
Yep.
which is a blow-up doll in my passenger seat to use
Oh.
the carpool lane.
Okay.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I really needed the end of that sentence.
Yeah.
Okay.
For legal reasons, I have never done that.
Yep.
So the it's probably end of the day. We're getting everything packed up. We're gonna head out early tomorrow morning. Everyone has there's a hotel right downtown. Everyone's staying right next to each other. But as we're getting the bus packed up, it's just the four of you in the bus, and the sirens have fucked off somewhere. We don't know. They know what time to be back.
Yeah,
They're outdoor cats.
perfect description.
Yep.
And the LA Coyotes are not going to be an issue for them.
I mean, appetizers.
Yeah, that's so in the back of the bus there is at first like a real soft tinkling of music. Now, Bella, I can imagine you've got your headphones on and are practicing the guitar, so maybe you don't hear this right away. It's up to you. You're all kind of like putting stuff away, stowing your things. Teo, I imagine you're juggling a couple different animals of like getting this Sheba's bed just exactly right. Like, oh, it's not turned right, and we're just waiting patiently for you to do it right.
There's a hammock that like strings from the like fold down things that he like strings this hammock where the crow goes.
Yeah.
And then the dog underneath, and then he never lies down on the seat. He always kind of sits ramrod straight, but he's like got his legs crossed.
Yep.
Yep.
Got it. So there is this music box quality music tinkling from the back of the bus. And for those of you who hear it and look up, you see this, the back of the bus is the main, like the comfiest seating and the bar that's been somewhat left askew by the sirens, but it's essentially tidied up. But it looks like it could be, that corner booth at the club, right? And in that space in front of it, a just sort of round, flat, white light appears. Kind of like a big white disc of light, right? And fairly translucent, but you can hear this music coming and you see this great big glowing thing. What's our initial reaction? And you can see the glowing thing if you want, or maybe you're not looking and you can handle that however you like.
Okay.
Is the music familiar
Yeah.
to Anders?
Yeah.
Teo immediately rolls his eyes and says, "Mika, can you please shut that off?"
I immediately. I'm holding a bag of oranges, and I will throw oranges back at Teo. Like, not me, fucker.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Catches it.
Just catch it.
Yep.
I have a prowess of 0, so I did not. That's
I
fine.
don't think you were trying to do harm, so
Yeah.
we're good.
Anders got hit. Ow.
I also have a prowess of 0, so I feel like
Perfect.
matches.
Perfectly matched. Flat fight. What do we do?
I think I passed the buck. I'm just like, Anders, turn that off.
He stands up because I guess was it facing him or?
Yeah. It's this disc of light that's like 6 feet across, right? It's this whole open area at the back of the bus has this. I would call it a portal, but it doesn't look like something you could go through. But it is this like standing, just disc of light, facing the like you could run down the bus and do a dive through it if it was a portal.
Experimental light show.
Maybe.
That was for you.
Yeah. He's gonna stand up and then just walk up to it and hum along with it, because he knows the song, and just kind of like you can see kind of like his eyes sort of welling up because it is personal to him.
Yeah.
So then,
as you get closer to it, you can hear pounding, as if somebody were pounding their fist on a pane of glass that's really, really thick, right? Not glass that's about to break, but like, I don't know what, like bulletproof glass, like really, really heavy glass. You can hear them hitting it. And it's just kind of like this weird, the sound is attenuated. It like stretches and then compresses in a weird way. It's this whole,
does it sound like it's like bouncing off stuff but not bouncing off stuff?
Yeah, it's actually Did you see Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey?
Nope.
Oh, okay. There's this whole vocal effect they do when they're into the land of the dead. Spoiler, they go to the land of the dead. Bogus Journey.
I'm never gonna watch it.
It is the greatest sequel that has ever sequeled.
It is excellent.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Thank you.
It doesn't matter. You don't know what I'm referencing.
Mhm.
But it is this strange, attenuated.
Mhm.
It's like you can hear the impact of the pound before their fist hits the glass.
Mhm.
Right? It's like it's being played in reverse. But you can't really see anything yet. As you get closer, you
Mhm.
can see like, oh, I don't know, maybe I could like tune this in or something.
Mhm.
Like if you wanted to try, you could try like a bend fate kind of thing. I don't know if you have a gift that would be the right thing for this. I don't know. That's just one thing. There's lots of things you could try to do, but it's like it's not
Can I
quite
try to
tuned in
pierce
all
the
the way.
veil?
Oh yeah, actually, that's a great idea.
Since I have a third eye,
Oh.
I roll with Fate's favor instead of a +1.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, also with the tinkling music and the pounding, you can hear it's this somebody is speaking
Mhm.
and it's muffled, not the kind of muffled that like somebody's speaking through a gag or something.
Mhm.
It just is
Because
not,
the glass is so thick.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like not tuned in right or something.
Yeah.
Right. So let's pierce the veil.
Okay. He's gonna take off his glasses,
And like the tears that were being held on by his glasses come
Yeah,
down.
roll down.
Yeah, and then his third eye opens and the same light like touches that light.
Okay. Yeah. White disc in your forehead.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a what am I wrong? Pierce the veil.
Yeah.
I'm all.
I think that's is that
Judgment.
Judgment.
It's super
Oh, yeah,
judgment.
sorry,
So
I
I
missed
got
what
a 13.
Oh my. Okay. So
Nice.
that means you get to ask 3 questions, I think, and feel free to customize them a little if you want, but find one that works for you.
can I use one to tune the voice?
If your question is what is this voice saying?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So you hear the voice cleans up, and you can hear your mother's voice.
Mm-hmm.
Saying, like repeating over and over, the one who is chosen already knows. And she's just saying that over and over. The one who is chosen already knows.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like
He would
out of breath.
say it with her.
She's like pounding on the way and then like says it and then like pounds some more and says it like, I hope somebody hears me kind of thing. Like no one's listening to me, but I hope someone's listening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being read to filth in chat. I'm sorry.
Oh, well.
Can we hear you kind of mumbling and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
you
think-
can see all this interaction. I don't know if you can hear her words yet, but
I
Yeah.
think Anders is like matching his voice, like because
okay,
it's
sure.
basically like his third eye connecting with her.
Okay, so yeah, we're getting a reverberation of the words in the bus now.
I think that Micah being attuned to mischief is just like
Oh, actually, Anders, are you okay if I say the like speakers in the bus's sound system,
Yeah.
like and like
Mm-hmm.
bend to your will
Yeah.
as a science demigod,
Yeah.
and are now like playing your mother's words.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, so everyone can hear it. Not that it's blasting, but you can hear this like desperate message.
I do elbow Teo for a second. I'm just like, because I'm always trying to find him like experimental music.
But
Are
his
Are
eyes
you
do
getting this?
his eyes do widen in recognition since he has talked to Ender's mother,
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
and he stands up and moves over next to him.
I think
Teo, I'm going to ask you to roll judgment. This isn't a proper pierce the veil, and since I'm asking you to roll, I'll just reiterate there won't be a 6- disaster, but
Okay.
I would like you to roll judgment, please.
Excellent.
That was my nickname in college.
That is a 7.
Okay. Then I will give you the sort of banal assessment that this is not just a window to the, like, this is not a portal to the world, land of the dead, right? It is not that, which feels like oh, this is a nothing answer. But what I mean is, like, I would expect Teo to know right away, like, oh, this is a portal to the dead. I know how to fix this, right? I can
Yes.
open this up and make this a lot easier for us. And what I can tell you is it's not that. It feels like something is out of phase. Like, there's definitely a magical effect happening in the bus right now. And if you want to get in on Pierce the Veil too, we can. We should go through Eli's questions first. But I just wanted to give you the, like, you positively know that this is not a portal to the dead, which is important information, even though it doesn't sound like it.
Teo is just gonna kind of do some emotional support, I think. I'm not, is Anders a touch sensitive guy? Would you mind like a hand on the shoulder while this is happening?
No, he definitely wouldn't.
Okay. Then just a comforting like hand on the shoulder.
Does the move like take Anders out of, like, does it put him in like a meditative space, or because I always thought like when he did this, it kind of wouldn't be in the scenario, like you could see the data stream going into his third eye.
Sure.
So yeah, so I think that he's probably just like rigid because he's like in a meditative state. So there's no like reaction to Teo's like touch.
Sure. How about another one of your questions?
How can I get this person or thing to get out, or how can he get that person out?
There is it's a good question. I think I unfortunately have to answer in the like assured negative of, like, this isn't just like, if it were a portal between the four of you, you could figure out some way to complete the portal, right? If it was a portal to somewhere in the world or some other plane of existence, you all have traveled to other planes of existence. It's not the weirdest thing in the world. It's a little uncomfortable for you all to be in like in an actual Pantheon's plane until you've used your Ascendance move once or twice. But it is not a portal, and it is not something you can open and take out. Like,
Okay.
I think that Bella like was super into like practicing, and like her eyes were closed and she had her headphones on. So like when it first started, but I think when the voice took over the sound system in the van, it probably took over like her headphones too.
yeah, for sure.
I think that's when she kind of like reacted and like stood up, and I think like her guitar like immediately transformed into like the actual axe, because that's like her kind of like reaction.
Yeah.
And she kind of like stood up, and now that she sees that Anderson is in a trance, like I think she's like on the lookout for like an attack.
Okay.
Because I don't think she would recognize Anders' mom's voice.
Probably not.
So she's probably like on edge and just like ready to like defend, and like immediately like puts her back to Anders to like defend against whatever's coming.
Okay. You don't see any immediate threats.
Now she's feeling a little awkward. There's like that weird I'm ready to hit things and there's nothing to hit. What do I do now?
It's worth noting that the windows in here are super tinted.
Yeah.
So if anyone is seeing anything, there's like a bit of a glow inside, but like, hey, it's a big old party bus. So.
Is it? It's just like a big disc, right?
Yeah, at the end, like if you were walking down the bus, it's a great big disc, maybe 6 feet across. It's a little bit, it's like clipping into the edge of the couch and the ceiling and
I think Full Monkey King. I think Micah starts to like
explore it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna touch it.
Okay.
Slow enough that like if someone was gonna be like, don't stick it in your mouth. Like I'm not gonna.
Don't put your tongue on it.
Is anyone stopping Micah from touching the disc of light?
I think that Teo might put a hand out, if only because he's kind of focused on the experience that Anders is having and is trying to give him some space.
Don't fuck with it yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Give it the moment.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like my back will be to her, and it's one of those moments where I turn just in time to see it. No, and
Take
like
a moment of like,
yeah, but me as the player like wants it to happen really badly, so it's just like
I want Anders to have his thing before Micah
Yeah.
just sticks her finger in it.
Actually, can we hang on to your third question
Yeah.
for a moment? Smash cut to the all white room area, right? No walls, just all white. You know the loading room in the Matrix,
Mhm.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
oh okay.
And
This is
Micah,
unsettling.
you're standing there, and this woman who you don't recognize, we, the audience, recognize as Andrew's mom. It's like, oh, can you see me?
Yeah.
Okay, you're Andrew's friend Micah, right?
Yeah. Friends. Yeah. Bandmates. Friends.
Are you? Oh, you're in the band now.
Yes.
Oh, finally. Okay, so the one who's chosen already knows.
Okay, I need like so many more pronouns.
The,
Anything, a proper noun.
there are geas, there are restrictions. I can't say everything.
Okay, pantomime it.
That is a Reaper answer. I'm just gonna.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, I was trying. No, a
Trickster.
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 Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that was a perfect
Yeah.
trickster answer. That was.
Can you? It's okay. 2 words.
2 words. A song. Do you have a song?
Yeah,
Like,
Um.
perfection.
All right. So, and she looks over her shoulder, and for a minute you see, like, you zoom in on her point of view, not you looking over her.
Yeah.
You are her looking over your own shoulder, right?
crazy.
And you see, she sees this slow motion of, well, I should ask Alex. I don't want to.
No, please.
I don't want to characterize Teo's experience, but I imagine a sad-faced Teo standing over her when he was going to take her to her final resting.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Teo is not a super expressive guy. Like I said, he's pretty soft, and he tries to make the dead very comfortable.
Uh-huh.
So like not look super devastated, but
Okay.
he would have been. This was a while ago.
All right.
So
So
Yeah.
you see, from her point of view, Micah, you see Teo, like, it seems like Teo's just frozen, and you realize he's actually moving at, like, glacial speed,
Mhm.
but has this, like, gentle, like, gonna help her. So,
And Micah knows what that face looks like, actually.
oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh
And she doesn't, she's like, oh, no. Not gonna deal with that
Yeah.
now? Put that in the
Yeah.
box for later. We won't talk about it.
Right.
Me and my therapist.
Put it in the feelings box.
Yeah, that's the feelings box. Nothing goes in the feelings
Nope.
box.
It's
In
empty.
the
No,
music
that's
box.
empty.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Won't close.
Jam that down in there. Never talk about it again.
Mhm.
Pantomime it.
So you are seeing her in some sort of bizarre moment in like the moment of her death
Mhm.
a year ago.
Okay,
Um,
this is normal.
yeah. And then she looks back, and you snap back to your own
Mhm.
perspective in the white room.
Yeah.
And she says, "So you'll tell him, right?
Okay, you gotta give me more.
The one that's chosen. Oh, I can't say his
Friends
name.
are
Him."
him. Okay, him. Excellent.
And you can see, like, she's visibly
Yeah.
sweating in not like a comical way, but like it's hurting her.
Yeah.
Right? Like she's like trying to express this, and she's also in the middle of dying. A little awkward.
Yeah. My
Uh,
friends?
you're-
Him. My
no,
friends.
No, not the one who takes the trophy.
Already knows
Yes, he knows.
that he's going to take the trophy.
Yes, thank you. Fuck.
It's
like
pre-planned? That's
the
cheating.
older lady just like cussing at you, right?
Wait,
like
that's cheating.
not allowed to say that.
Okay, well, that's shitty because that means it's pre-planned. That means what's the point? Are we plants? Micah's like framed it in the context of like they've already decided who's gonna win and they're gonna.
It was been decided. Sorry, has was going been
yeah,
deciding?
I understand time. No, oh yeah, okay, you look like you're in a lot of pain. Fuck. The one, he who's going to have won the fuck. Didn't you, Anders, win the trophy from
last year? Yeah.
But he already won it. He knew he was going to win it.
I only knew that I was going to win it because everybody else was dead.
Can I see where I came from? Like,
Mm-mm.
oh fuck.
As far as you know, you're stuck here and going to the afterlife with her.
I don't feel like doing that. Weird question. How do we get out of here?
I don't know. It took everything I could to contact him.
Thank you. I will. Teo.
Teo, you are visited with a moment of deja vu. And you remember an unfamiliar voice calling your name, and you thought, oh, it's this woman I'm here to deliver to her afterlife, right? I've not spoken to her before, but it's spoken into your mind. You have a memory of the moment of picking up, helping Anders' mother on her way. And this voice spoken into your mind. And then that is echoed into this moment of you're like, oh shit. And so what, Teo, what you're seeing is Micah walked up, touched the disc, and just went rigid, like unnaturally rigid, right? Like, like locked in place like a statue, right? And is kind of outlined in this white light. And you hear, now you know, like, oh, that's Micah's voice I heard. And now I'm hearing it again, or for the first time, or both times at once. It's kind of reverberating across your memory.
Is there a way I can try and reach forward and pull Micah from this memory?
Yeah. I'm open to, there could be a number of ways to try that. Is there anything in particular you wanted to try?
I think this is mostly related to the Book of the Dead, since Micah already has like dedicated pages within it.
Yeah.
So
it's like bookmarked.
Yeah. It's bookmarked. It's been well thumbed and read over.
As soon as Teo has this instinct of like, maybe I should check the book, you realize you couldn't identify because it was such a weird situation, but you're realizing like, oh, this is like Micah is giving this vibe of like, hello, I just died. I could use a ride, please. But is not dead. And that's what was so confusing. And as you open your Book of the Dead, you're like, oh, this is a very complicated situation. And you actually have this like gravitational pull of like pulling your hands apart to use your Book of the Dead. And it requires like a massive exertion of energy. So I would like you to roll Bend Fate. And I'm going to have you roll with Fate's Disfavor.
All right.
However, if you're not aware, your threads can be spent to give yourself Fate's Favor, which can offset you from Disfavor back to a flat roll. If you want to do that, that is an option. You can also decide after you roll.
Okay.
But, oh wait, no, we couldn't do that because you wouldn't know which two are your natural dice. So you'd have to decide this one before you roll.
Do I have... This is Teo can tell this is very difficult and a complicated situation.
Yes.
Do I have the feeling that a consequence would be dire here?
It feels like Micah is dying.
Okay, I'm going to spend a thread.
Okay. So you get a flat roll instead of Disfavor.
You said Bend Fate?
Yes.
That is a 12.
Holy moly. Okay, that's a good time for a 12.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have you pick two boons, and because you spent that thread, I'm going to waive off your Bane this time.
Awesome.
So,
okay.
What boon? Well, so one, you're pushing a gift beyond its normal limits. Is there
Mhm.
an extra thing you'd like?
I'm going to. I've got heal 1 harm, inflict 1 harm.
Is one of them like repair someone's gift or something? I don't have the basic.
Yeah,
moves in front
restore
of me.
someone else's supernatural ability.
If we want, we could call that soup up a supernatural ability if you wanted to affect Anders' third eye.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. So, what does it look
I'm
like
also
when you do
open
this?
to saying give someone else fate's favor if it's related to maybe
Oh.
Anders,
Yeah, actually,
anything.
that's probably even better. Let's call it that one. So, we're gonna give Anders Fate's favor. You can choose when to use it, right? It
Mhm.
doesn't have to be your next roll. Or does it say next roll? Nope.
It does not.
Nope. Okay. So, what does it look like when you do this, Teo?
He pulls his hands apart with visible effort, gritted teeth. He had to take his hand off of Anders' shoulder in order to open his book, and then he can like hold his hands up and look at the pages separately and flip them, etc.
Yeah.
Pulls his hands apart with this massive effort, and the text normally just stays as a tattoo on the palm is crawling up his arms.
Mm.
At this point, he's like looking it over, trying to read about what's going on, and then reaches past Anders, but he was kind of standing behind him and to the left a little bit. So I think reaches past, but like around, almost like around the waist, because he's probably a bit shorter. Like kind of like a hug from behind to pull toward the light with the text covered hands.
Okay. So you're you're helping Micah back away from the light. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great. I was trying to picture all this. This is really cool imagery. Okay. So Micah, you are snapped out of the vision.
Excellent.
Sorry if that was loud in the microphone. No. Okay. So there's no opportunity to ask any follow up or anything, but
That's fine.
You are pulled out of a situation and you feel like hell, like warmed over too far in the microwave where like the middle part's burnt.
Yeah. Hot pocket style. Yeah.
Yeah. So your insides are lava, the outside's still cold. Someone's gonna burn the roof of their mouth.
Yeah. I feel bad for Teo because I think Micah just fully like falls on him.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think that's the right
rom-com
move.
style.
Can I sidebar and say I feel 100% attacked because I always burn my mouth on Hot Pockets.
I know. That's a law of physics.
Yeah.
It's a universal thing.
Yeah.
It's disrespectful of Hot Pockets.
Honestly. Sorry, friend of the show, Hot Pocket.
Yeah, right. Frequent contributor.
Frequent.
And
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah.
I'm already hungry now. It's time for second dinner. So, Anders, the connection that you feel with this thing is distinctly different, right? You see Teo reach out, and you're kind of involved with like trying to sync up with this vision anyway. And you see Teo pull Micah away, and Micah sort of collapse against Teo. Wait, I need a real quick size check between Teo and Micah. Teo? Not yet. They're not
The
a
ship
couple
name.
yet.
What's the ship name?
Yeah.
I have to see. I said he was pretty small, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
I think they're probably around the same height.
Okay.
Micah is kind of like it's a compact.
Yeah, I'm getting like 5'6" energy from both of them, but I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure.
Micah
That
does
works for
say
me.
she's
Okay.
5'6".
5'6".
Cool.
Like Micah says she's about 5'9". She is 5'6".
Yes.
Perfect.
I mean, if you flip
IMDb.
the 9, that's
Yeah, it's the
from
same.
one perspective.
Well, she has a tall energy, which is why and everyone
Yeah.
else is like, we're not
Yes.
gonna fight with Micah. Like, she's 5'9", whatever.
Sure. Close enough.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's fine. I just wanted to see if somebody was like enormous next to, because I remember.
I think although between Teo and Micah is more of like more of an athlete. Kind of, they have the same middle score.
Yes.
Sure.
So like she does have enough muscle to like knock him over. She does outweigh him for sure.
Sure.
Oh,
okay.
I do have to say as well, Teo has negative ass. Like it curves backwards.
So it is fully just like stick bug versus like beetle, just like thunk.
Ladybug.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Okay. So you two tumble to the seats. We get a moment where like you're awkwardly close face to face. Oh, okay, we'll get to that later. Sorry, that's the
That
moment
goes
I
in the
live for.
feelings
Yeah.
box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like what Bella does. Like when she sees them tumble, she like takes kind of a swipe at like the maybe yeah. Well, not at them. At the glowing thing, which I feel is like probably fading now, and it's like. And then she like when they have like their awkward moment, they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and she just like grabs them and like picks them both up.
Here, I'll help you.
Yeah,
Hoist them to their feet.
yeah, a little bit, like. Well, I also like. Oh, okay, hey.
We'll get back to that. So you whiff through the portal. It doesn't dissipate.
Oh, okay.
And in fact, your axe makes this like the worst chalkboard screech noise that you can personally imagine.
Directly into Andrew's brain.
Yeah. As it just this like most horrid, quick little screech as it like dinks off of whatever is just like it cuts into the mist, the white mist a little bit, and then something in there just it bounces off, and then you realize you need to pick your friends up off the ground.
Yeah. That's disturbing. I don't like thinking about that.
Yeah. And Anders, you are sort of hot wired into this connection now, and you have a moment where you are in the White Room, and you see your mother, and she sees you, and she embraces you, and she says, "I only have a second. I have to go." He knows.
Who is he?
It's not fair, but he knows. And he'll win.
Who gave you this information?
I learned it here. Learned it from you. Sorry. Sorry. And you can see Teo behind her at this point. Yeah. Almost like very shimmery, translucent Teo in the White Room with you, reaching to take her hand.
He tries to push Teo away, but
the translucent Teo that doesn't even acknowledge your, it's like this slow motion.
It's like the replay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're standing in the replay and you're like hugging your mom and she's on the floor facing Teo. It's like, I think you've pulled apart into two scenes, right? So they're a little ways away. She's on the floor. Teo's reaching to help her up.
Yeah.
And she's over here with you, hugging you and just like already starting to fade away.
Yeah. So he would run to try to push Teo away.
Yeah, I just go right through.
Yeah. And he just tries to touch her one more time. Yet again, same thing.
Yeah.
And I would think that there would be tears in the bus.
Yeah.
So people, and maybe I would think that there would be an absence of noise.
Oh yeah. Just dead silence.
That maybe like the speakers were more like sound blocking now because the source of all sounds would be just like a cone of silence in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he just kind of just stands there, like watching her go away.
Yeah. Okay. When that part of the connection breaks, you come back to yourself in the bus. The white disc is sort of flickering. Everyone can see. So we're at the point where Bella has hauled Micah and Teo to their feet.
Can the speakers explode when Anders comes back?
Yes.
Okay.
Fantastic. Yeah, a bunch of the like,
Cool.
sparks fly, lights flicker. Unfortunately, before the light goes out, the disc, some things crawl out of it. And the best I could describe is they're essentially shaped like chimpanzees with their arms on backwards. as
hate
they
it.
come out and they're like on the
Ooh.
ceiling and the wall, and they're made of this like solid white light. At least like half a dozen of them come out. And Anders, you have this flashback, another whole flashback, not magical, but we have this moment of you going to meet the algorithm at some point. And the algorithm, so you were called to the science pantheon's plane of existence. It is painful and difficult for you just to exist there, unless you've used your ascendance move, which you haven't. So you're there, you're waiting to speak to algorithm because they called you here and they wanted to have a longer conversation with you. But you hear, it's like you're sitting in a university hallway, and there's like a professor's office, right? Is what a lot of the science pantheon looks like. And you can hear somebody just reading the riot act to algorithm. And I think we don't really know what algorithm looks like, so I just want to have them behind the door. But you hear this like, just because you think you can predict the future doesn't mean you could like tell people what to do or breach the barriers of time and blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, just getting reamed over this concept of like, apparently algorithm had tried to communicate across time and not just like tell the future, which is acceptable. Oracular, knowledge is okay, but they tried to communicate the other way because their algorithm was like, why not? I knew this. I should have known this when I knew it, so I'll know it then. If I know it now, why not then? Right? Which, like, in the science pantheon, quantum is like, sure, there's no reason that cause and effect happens in that order. So, but everyone else is like, no, that is unacceptable behavior. And then we come back to this moment, and Anders, you've got a pretty good understanding of like, oh, this might be why we're not supposed to breach the time barrier. Something's coming out, and that's bad. And then as the like, this kind of like flickers and then shatters like a pane of glass, which doesn't go anywhere. It just dissipates. But then you're left with these horrible monsters in the bus with you. So, what are we doing? You're all being attacked, by the way. They're hostile and coming at you, bro.
That's hostile chimpanzees.
Yes.
Oh God.
I feel like Bella grins because she finally knows what's happening and can deal with this.
Oh, I know what to do with this.
Like, oh,
Poor
this is
Bella.
here. We are in my wheelhouse now.
Yeah.
Don't know what that weird disc thing was. People are falling over for no reason. Okay.
Yeah. But these are like jumping on the dog is like, growling on it.
No,
Like,
these are
dealing with them. They're just all over the place.
absolutely.
All the sops are falling down everywhere.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely. So I think I'm going to, and I have my epic weapon already in my hands.
Yep.
So I think I am just going to use the basic move and just beat the crap out of them.
Okay.
Can Anders just yell Bella?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already like standing over your
Well, yeah,
body.
I'm sure, but
Okay.
I'm sure he sees these things and he's like, "Oh crap, this is out of my wheelhouse."
Absolutely.
Yep.
And that's prowess, right?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay.
Whatever.
First smite your enemies.
Sure.
Okay.
Who even knows what these
Who
rolls?
even knows? Oh, wait. I thought these are very hard to read dice. Like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, that's good.
And with my epic melee weapon.
Yeah. So you can, you probably want to exchange harm, and you get 2 others. I recommend protect yourself because you don't have epic armor. We discovered last
I do
time,
not.
which was semi-problematic.
That was a choice I made. Like
How much
specifically.
damage did you have at the end of that fight? by the way?
Dramatic, kind of
I
baby.
had
Because that was like, it was a week ago. But if you have more than 3 damage boxes filled in,
I did. So I'm at -1. So I'm at 9 then.
Should we have healed that over the like?
Well, yeah, we would have, but you would have needed to do something to heal it.
Okay.
Does anybody have healing moves?
I have couch potato. Does that count?
Nah,
I
Oh.
feel like
that's not real.
I'm not made for that. That's not what
Nope.
I do.
Yeah.
No healing moves.
All right, so
I think I'm good. I feel like I probably didn't. I probably was like, oh, it'll be fine. I'll shake it off.
Oh God.
okay, so here's what I want you to do.
Okay.
Erase all but the 4th box,
Okay.
and it doesn't exist until we get there and have to skip over it.
Okay.
All right?
That's
You have
fine.
a lingering injury.
Anders
A
had
injury.
4.
Mm.
A what?
Anders had 4.
Okay, so you do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Actually,
erase the first 3. Keep
Okay.
the 4th box. This is a new rule I'm making up on the spot. So
I didn't take
Nice,
damage.
good.
I like it.
Behind the scenes.
Wait, I took a little bit of damage, I think, from the big
yeah,
guy.
but if you take 1, 2, or 3, it's just automatically erased at the end
I
of the
got a
fight.
new tongue ring.
Yeah, gross.
Super.
I didn't take any.
Well done.
Nice.
Smart fighter. Yeah,
Mhm.
Poor
Yep.
kid.
fight smarter is what I was trying to say,
There
but
you go.
smart fighter also works as a sentence.
Yeah,
It does.
Okay, so you're gonna exchange harm.
Okay.
You don't know how much harm they deal back, but we'll find out.
Okay.
So
Do I exchange harm even if I'm a 10 plus?
yeah, because
Okay.
that's how you do harm to them.
Got it. Yeah.
Your 10 plus also has the option to disarm your enemy, but I would need some creative interpretation there because they're not holding weapons.
Yeah. No. I'll choose protect myself, and that means I don't take harm, right?
You take 1 less harm
One less
than you
harm,
would
okay.
take. So you're dealing 4 harm because you have an epic weapon.
Yep.
You're protecting yourself, and you get 1 more thing. So you could crush them if you want, gain advantageous position, make an opening, take something. They don't really have anything to take, so
Yeah. I don't know because you have my basic move sheet.
Oh,
Oh.
sorry. Here.
I got this from Clara.
Yeah, Clara took mine.
Oh,
Wait, how did I take
Yeah.
yours?
I
Oh,
came
well.
prepared.
I found this one under the thing.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. It's fine. It's
And I've got the
so much-
PDF.
You've got the PDF.
I got the PDF too.
Yeah,
Kimmy.
I have the PDF.
So I'm going to I'm gonna make an opening.
okay.
So I'm gonna protect myself and I'm gonna exchange harm and yeah, I'll protect myself. And then I get 1 more. And I'll make an opening, yeah.
Okay. So it turns out, so you deal 4, and you take. Oh, you're gonna let me have that? Okay. And then make an opening. So the next ally who rolls smite your enemies will get a +1 if you use smite your enemies. It doesn't have to be prowess, but it does have to be smite your enemies. All right. Some people can have moves that change
That's
that
what I
up.
plan on doing.
Same here.
Okay. So they are gonna deal 2 damage to you -1 because you protected yourself, so you take 1 harm. You're still in the
Yeah.
under 3.
Not even close.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? So you got a 10 plus. All right. Okay. So for everyone's benefit, Bill, what does it look like? You like slash into a couple of them. You take out 2 of these light pansies. Light pansies? No.
Data pansies.
That makes them sound a lot nicer than they seem to be.
Yeah.
Chimpanzees with
pansies.
light. I don't know. They're just like little horrible goblin monster things.
Yeah.
So,
Not everything has to be cool.
Yeah.
it has to have a cool name.
yeah. So you slash through a couple of them. They like jitter, and one of them just goes out. Right. The other one is knocked back against the others, and you see it like doing this weird like stretch thing, like it's trying to turn into 2, but is not able to
Okay.
because you hit it so hard.
Okay.
So, something to be aware of. Everyone is seeing this thing try to replicate or multiply.
Like Ash versus the Evil Dead.
I
One of
don't-
the demons was like,
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
It, like split into multiple things?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Are they from media?
No.
Oh, okay.
Don't know
I was
what-
gonna say we could go with chimpanzees,
Oh.
but that doesn't
Oh.
work then if they're not
Well,
from that.
I
One
mean,
of
if
us
they're
could
from
That's cute.
science,
If they're from science or
would work
something, yeah,
too.
there's some sort of technology thing.
yeah. Okay. So, who would like to do a thing next?
I want to go last.
Okay.
Alex and I are both going to smite our enemies next, so whichever one of us wants to go first.
All right. Who's got the coolest idea?
Alex.
Go
Yeah.
for it.
Oh no. I mean,
No, go for it.
I'm just kidding.
No, Alex, jump in. You got this.
That was just
I do think that Teo, considering these spawn from something that seems to be related to wasn't deliberately a death portal, but was related to afterlife. He
Oh, you know what? I'll give you for free, Teo. These things are criminal. They are not supposed to be here.
okay.
They're doing a crime just by being here.
Excellent.
Very bad.
Can
Like
I do have my
pansies.
Beastmaster ability. My animal companions It says 2 harm after my animal companions. That's
Yeah, so all of your animal companions are capable of doing 2 harm, so you could sort of wield them instead of a weapon. If you wanted to smite your enemies, you could say, "This is my weapon," and say
Excellent.
how they're getting involved in the fight. And just so viewers know, I always have harm to pets on my lines. So while they might get dinged up a little bit, none of the pets will be killed. The dog does not die in this show.
No.
That is not a thing that happens in my games. I can't. So just don't be stressed out about that. If somebody gets a little dinged up or a broken wing, it will be solved. I just want to put that up front. I'm not even willing to have the stress of not knowing, right? So,
he, seeing these numerous enemies, he calls out very quickly, Zrok, Zappa, and the crow and the dog move forward at his heels and at his shoulder, and he extends a hand and says, banish them back to where they belong. And I'm gonna smite my enemies, but because I have the whirlwind trait, I can use judgment instead of prowess.
yep. And I think that has a caveat.
It will incur collateral damage, and you can't select the protect yourself option.
Awesome.
Okay.
But you also get the plus.
Poor Spindle.
What is it? What you get an advantage from?
Oh yeah, you'll get
Bella.
+1 to your roll
Okay.
because you're rolling smite your enemies.
Ooh, I'm rolling so well. Let's see, 5.
You're not sitting next to me.
I wanted to say
Maybe
that
it
for so long.
is. Maybe it is. 9 plus 2 is 11 plus 1 is 12.
Oh yeah. Clara, are you the new stork?
Please don't say that.
That's
I gotta get to fair and just rub on.
That's a
Stork.
mean thing. So just so you know, Alex, it's not nice.
No, stork is a lovely person. Though.
Yes, and
Mhm.
rolls just terribly, like magically
gift.
bad forever.
Famously
Like
bad.
for
Mhm.
longer than most of us at this table have been
Unfairly.
alive. Like
Mhm.
he's rolled terribly.
Yeah.
Someone
I
finally
tend to
took
have
this.
a character curse where I usually when I make a soft boy, they don't roll well, but if I make like a competent lesbian, they roll super well. So I'm
That
That's
sounds
just
right.
life.
Accurate.
yeah.
I do
Anyway.
well with my himbos. My himbos always roll well, and then like my wizard / hacker or whatever smarty pants is like, nah, you can't do any of those things you're good at. That's fine.
I gotta roll the tape and find out. I think I lost all of my luck when I made a psychic in Traveler.
Oh yeah, you used a lot of
You
it.
used
Right?
all
Mhm,
of it for
Um,
that.
mhm.
Okay,
All
so
right, so with the 10 plus, I can choose 3 from the list below or disarm your enemy. I'm going to exchange harm
uh-huh.
and crush them and make an opening.
Okay, so that's 3 harm, I think, because the animals are 2
Yes.
harm, right? Okay,
3 harm.
so you do 3. Oh no, that's 4 plus 3 is not 3. All right, so which one's the dog?
The dog is Zappa.
Zappa. Okay, that's what I thought. So Zappa grabs one of them, drags it to the floor, is shaking it like you taught her to do. Him? I don't know.
Yeah, her.
Like you taught her to do, and the bird like lands on it and like pecks the middle of it until it splits, and it seems like it's gonna multiply into 2 more, but then the 2 of them just like go to town on each separate piece, just like
Yeah.
rip and tear and shred, and like if this were a meat person, it would be just a mess. But
Mhm.
they completely demolish this light gremlin.
Excellent.
And yeah, you are able to keep
How
it.
much harm do I take since I exchanged harm?
You take 2 harm.
Okay.
And part of that is somewhat existential in that, Zappa's getting banged around a little bit and you're getting in there too, but
I'm a little stressed.
yeah, those first 3 harm boxes are pretty malleable as to what that really means. The 4th harm box is you are genuinely injured in some way, so can decide that when we get there.
Okay.
And you don't have epic armor, do you?
I just have my cloak, which is not.
Right.
It's still. It's just coming back from the dry
Gooey.
cleaner.
Yep. It's finally forgiven you.
Yeah.
You gotta wait a little while we ask for another favor.
Now, Micah, you were kind of right there with him, so
I also am going to smite my enemies, except I cannot choose to exchange harm because I'm going to use what's that over there?
okay.
Which allows me to roll with awe instead of prowess, because I am not a strong character, but I am shiny.
I'm going to give you some information. They will get armor from this kind of attack because they're hard to trick.
Yeah. Fuck.
So you can do this attack, or you can roll a prowess, smite your enemies, and that won't be an issue.
All right.
But they have 1 armor versus this type of attack that you've described.
So, them having 1 armor means they're resistant to 1 point,
Yes.
versus me rolling a +2 with.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, I'm just throwing that in there that they're so like dumb and single-minded
No, yeah.
that they're hard to misdirect.
I'm
Makes
trying to figure out. I'm trying to decide what my what a shittier dice roll is going to do for that. Because if I roll like 2 1s, doesn't really matter.
Either way.
But
yeah.
2 1s plus 2 is 4.
Sure, it's pretty. At least it's pretty.
Yeah, let's just go with the regular prowess.
Okay, so then we're seeing Micah like wade in to actually like directly do harm.
She does this thing. So Micah's animal form is non-combative. Like it cannot. She can't use it to be.
I mean,
it's
so is
harmless.
their human form, but who's camping?
Who's
What?
Uh,
Who said that? That was rude.
Crazy that. Who said that? But what she'll do is she actually takes the form of like a monkey and bounces off like the walls to get the speed to get back in, and she'll switch back into a human to
Oh,
kind
like
of
in the air?
yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's
It's-
fun.
Yeah, and I think we've seen her kind of do this before. It is also how she would use the what's that over there. She just moves around very quickly
Sure.
as like a smaller animal. But in this case, she's like, all right, and transition in the air, motion blur, so it's easy on the editors.
Yeah.
I
I love this like Ant-Man style fight of like.
honestly, that's how she does.
Yeah.
How she vibes.
I'm picturing you like this bounce around includes like the monkey you grabs onto one of these things and then turns into human Micah
Yeah.
and like pulls it down off the ceiling.
Basically, yeah, it's like she ricochets off the ceiling, grabs a thing, and then gets it under her as she's transforming.
Sure.
So under her combat boots before she lands.
Okay, let's
on
roll
it.
it.
It's not made of meat, so it seems like it's gonna squish different. Oh hell yeah! That is a 9 plus 0, so it's still a 9.
7 to 9.
Yes.
Thank you.
Fuck! I forgot I had to beat 9.
It's a successful attack.
It could have been a 10.
Can you take the +1 forward that I gave from you,
Oh, yeah.
granting you an opportunity?
I don't like Alex anymore.
Alex is the MVP of this moment.
Mm-hmm.
High
I'm
five
kidding.
me.
I'm kidding.
Wait.
Harold's, Harold's be a fan of
Wait, other way.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh god, that was hard to watch. No, I love. Thank you for mentioning that. I should have remembered it as well. Yes, you have a
Okay.
+1 forward, making it a 10 plus, which means I don't get to multiply the damn critters again. Ugh. It's fine.
Let me
w-
have
We deserve a
win.
competent fight.
okay, but you're just fist fight. You don't have extra weapons or anything.
No, I was
Just a
gonna
bad attitude.
Yeah, just the attitude. I was gonna give her the staff, but I think she has lost. The staff has been was revoked for reasons that we will not get into
Oh,
in this game. Monkey King took it back. It's fine. He
Oh.
has other kids.
Yeah, he does a lot probably.
Yeah, we're
That
not
dude
mad
gets
about
around.
it or anything.
Um,
She was like, it's like a schedule and it's like a chore wheel, and she just doesn't have it.
in every, even like ancient art I've seen of the Monkey King, my dude is hot.
Yeah,
Like even ancient people knew like he's a monkey, but like he gets it.
he is.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, he is the hottest monkey. That is why he's
Yeah.
king.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That is how they depict that.
I don't spend time thinking about that in my free time or anything.
No.
That'd
but,
be
like,
weird.
Definitely not.
No.
Yeah,
Ever.
especially when you write a game called Demigods.
that'd be
How
crazy.
dare you? How dare you? I don't care what you're. I don't care for what you're insinuating.
I think there was a family reunion once. that
Okay,
it was
so
interesting.
an unarmed demigod deals 2 harm. So you're exchanging harm. You'll do 2. They'll do 2 back to you.
Sure.
But you also get to pick 2 more things because you got a 10 plus, and you've circumvented my multiply move again, which I'm very happy for you and excited that you all are doing so well.
Thank you.
Thank
It
you.
really means a lot to us.
Yeah. So what 2 other things do you want to take on here?
Well, I get to crush them.
Okay, so you're doing 3 harm.
Yay.
Okay.
And you know what? We're gonna, and there's nothing to take from them.
No.
So it has to be under the smite your enemies, right?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna give a +1 forward to another ally who's gonna do the same.
Okay. Well, whoever it doesn't. If Anders
Yeah, it's not
doesn't,
gonna-
it's just whoever else does.
Okay.
So, that's fine.
Listen, the synergy is beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like to think like in this moment. So when you play on stage with people you've played with a whole lot, there's a thing where you almost can like you read each other's body language so well.
Yeah.
You just know, and you get this moment of like you look over to the bass player and you kind of look at each other and you both know to slow down and you
Yeah.
kind
Let's
of make
change tempo a little bit.
yeah, and you
Let's-
just
yeah.
like
Yeah.
all know, or you're like something's wrong, and we all look at each other. Okay, let's fix
We all
it.
look at Heather's face and we
Yeah.
all go, "Oh no."
Not to call anybody out, but
Not that this is a real
Not that this
world
is specific.
personal
No.
example.
But
It's just-
so I feel like this is the same sort of thing that's happening in this fight, where this is why the +1 is just getting kind of passed from person to person. Is like the synchronicity of like the band has
Yeah.
like
Jazz.
yeah, and it's just kind of like transferred into like our fighting as well.
yeah, our sound editor is having a blast.
Yeah.
Scoring the
Yes.
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of just like the drum, like the drum hits, the guitar, like every little bit is just really spiking exactly
I think
right.
I think also because as like Teo has made the opening, I think because he's gotten rid of two of these creatures, they had like the one it kind of spaced them away so Micah could hop in and grab the third, and as she like pulls it off of Bella, Bella now has the advantage to do the next thing, or like Anders does.
So also just so everyone knows the scene, 6 of these things came through.
Okay.
3 of them have been demolished.
Okay.
So there are 3 left. They're still like bouncing around, like ripping speakers off the wall and throwing them at you, and just in general causing a ruckus.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure we get. So also, Anders, just so you know, after your turn, I'm gonna just make an end of turn move. And it's not good. So whatever you want to do is fine. Just.
Can
be
we
prepared.
say that more came out so Anders can make a badass ascension move?
We can, but
We only have a couple ones left.
I don't want you to waste your ascendance move.
I
on
almost did
this.
it last game.
We only got a couple more.
We got 4 games.
2 games.
They're just punchy to use the ascendance moves.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you want that, yes, we can have that be the case. Oh no, they all multiplied, something horrible's happening.
Yeah.
I'm happy to do that, but I
I think you should give a disclaimer for normal campaigns.
okay, so everyone knows your ascendance move, you can use it 3 times. After the 3rd time, you must retire the character. If they go to live in their pantheon, they can't live full time on Earth anymore. They are a full-on deity, and so using it is burning away a third of this person's mortality, right? Their earthly shell, their coil is burning away as they just reveal too much power. So that's why we don't throw them around willy-nilly, but in a 1-shot or a 4-shot campaign, sometimes they can get a little hog wild. So,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Playing it fast and loose, Eli.
We're driving it like we stole it.
Yeah.
Lock it in, final answer?
Yep.
Okay, so in the course of this fight, things are going pretty well, but the ones that hadn't been attacked yet are multiplying, right? So I'll give you a little preview of what my end of turn move. Can anyone guess?
Were they
What-
going to multiply?
what
They
Is
were
it,
just
is it
gonna-
multiply?
Yeah, they
Oh,
double.
Oh, I thought they were going to get off and go to the 7-Eleven.
No, there's 6
Oh.
of them again.
Right.
Combined
No.
into a giant
Yeah,
chimpanzee.
no.
No monkey
Gross.
Voltron?
Keep in mind also their arms, they've got 4 limbs, but there's like an extra knee or elbow or whatever that is. There's like just too many. not quite spidery, but
extra joint.
because they're also like grabby on the ends.
Yeah, I don't like these monkeys.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I
They're
know about
them.
supposed to
I
be
don't like
horrible.
Me neither.
Good.
This actually feels like a personal attack for Micah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Rude.
So, if you're gonna use it, you gotta read it out. Oh, also, there's no die roll associated with it. For listeners, the Ascendance move just works. It is the I win button for the scene. Take it away, Eli.
I almost read the death move.
We
The stars
almost got
align
to that
as
last
every
time.
strand spools out before you. Step calmly through the mayhem, predicting each twitch and gust of wind to set things back on a course you've determined is correct. All this has happened before and will happen again, but this time you're in control.
Okay.
Yep.
So, how do you want to change the scene so that you are in total control of what's happening here?
Can he get rid of the bandmate's harm?
Yeah, I think if you want to rewrite this into you were in control from the beginning, yes. Yeah.
Because I think that he's going to take on the form of algorithm. And then like his...
Or like an avatar of
Yeah.
algorithm. Yeah.
And like his body will go into like an umpteen number of like data streams.
Sure.
I'm just trying to figure out. So then he's like ever shifting, and then since like Vanta Black is like a science created darkness.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And these are creatures of light.
So then he's basically going to he's gonna split into multiple versions of himself
Yep.
from the data.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he sees them doing it, so he's like, oh,
Yeah.
I could do that too.
Oh, that's
Nice.
smart. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then like each one of the forms basically hits him with like a Vanta Black like sword or something, you know, like or some sort of like emanation of it, and then just gets sucked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, cool. You just like multiple man out and
Nice.
like dark punch. I love it. Yeah. So there is this moment where you all remember the first part of this fight, and you also remember it another way, right? That is like both things are true at the same time, and you are like, you know, in awe of this moment. Like the inside of the bus is bigger for a moment, right? There is enough room for a dozen Dark Anders to be here, and they are almost in you know that calm that Keanu has when he's like fully in the fight at the end of the Matrix, where he's just like, no, he like puts one hand behind his back because like, no, this is you're ridiculous, right? And we just see he takes one perfect step, that monkey goes out, right? Takes one perfect swipe of the hand, monkey's gone, and you're able to just completely reset the scene to where these things are not only vanquished, but we didn't have that initial fight in the first place. Like they all came out and you dealt with it, but yeah, you spread out, and then at the end of it, there's this like warping of the light as you know, pull back into yourself and take a moment where you're disoriented, right? You have 12 different tracks of memory.
Well, I also think too, like when that all was happening, like Anders, the physical being, was basically just sitting on the floor holding the music box.
Oh, and this all came out of
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. I love that.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking.
Because that's the reason why like he's going extra, is like he's way more emotionally invested because he thinks the two are tied together.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's intense. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have a quiet return to the bus, and the speakers are broken, and there's still sparks probably because the power to the bus is on. The lights are mostly on. A few of them are broken, but these chimpanzee things didn't get to do nearly as much damage as they were wanting to, and as much as you all remember happening, right? Like, oh yeah, no, they wrecked this place. Like, oh no, it's still a little broken. Also, perfect moment, I think, for the sirens to return and look
Of
at
course.
Bella and be like, and you get mad at our party. What the hell? But I don't want to take away from Anders' moment here. We'll put that away for now.
Mhm.
Anders, what
I took fate's disfavor to sway mortals.
okay. So you find yourself it's a lot more difficult to engage with mortals
Mm-hmm.
and like find the things that they find important
Mm-hmm.
to be important, to relate to them on a sort of everyday way.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand what you understand.
Mhm.
They don't see what you see. And why should you bother trying to convince them,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's okay. You're still here. You're still helping them.
Mhm.
But there is this moment that you're coming back from, that you're going to wake up tomorrow morning and
Mhm.
remember. And, you can characterize that ultimately however you want to.
Mm-hmm.
But you're different, and you all can see Anders as different, right? Is there any like supernatural indication of how different you are? Sometimes it's the eyes change, there's cracks in the skin, there's stuff that mortals wouldn't notice, but supernaturals would. Sometimes the hair is different.
I
Voice.
kind of want to keep going, like with the data stream thing, because like when he takes off his glasses, or when his third eye comes in, like the data stream comes
Yeah.
in.
Mhm.
So, but that's how it was with the third eye, just in general. So now, like I want to do it kind of like Overboard, where maybe his head's been replaced
Oh,
with data,
okay,
and so it's like a ambiguously sort of looking face,
sure,
but it's just
Oh.
like streams upon streams upon streams of just stuff.
sure.
People look in your eyes and they just see
Mhm.
like
The Matrix.
the Matrix
Yeah.
like thing,
Yeah.
but like instead of like pupils or something.
But
Yeah.
it's also like I feel like just to make it super creepy, since it's
'Cause
an
that's not creepy
algorithm.
enough.
No, it's not.
You see
Because
things about yourself.
yes,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Ooh.
hate that.
yeah. No wonder people don't like talking to you.
Oh.
Yeah, they're
That hyper self-awareness
Yeah,
really
they're-
Oh, I
gets
don't
you.
like it.
immediately reminded of their browser history.
hmm
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, cool.
That's a lot. Wow. Good job. 5 for that. That was a great use
Very
of
neat.
Good use of your
Yeah.
ascendance move.
super.
I know. I
I'm
actually
glad
I want to
didn't talk you
thank
out of it.
Clara.
That was fucking rad.
Mhm.
I want to thank Clara because I do remember her saying, "Well, let's just fucking use our ascendance moves."
I almost used it last one. But I was like so mine is use everyone else's. So it's like I was like, what's your ascendance move?
Oh, that's
Let me
right.
see your homework.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the trickster sets off other people's ascendance.
But do we set them off?
Well,
Don't we get to use?
no.
That's
Yeah, you
wild.
use it
Oh,
as
okay.
yours,
Mhm.
but it kind of looks like they did it.
Oh, that's
That's
even better.
the point
Mm.
of it. Is it doesn't look like you did it.
Yeah.
Good to
Mhm.
know for later for reasons we're not going to get into
Yeah.
right now.
I mean, read it real quick. It's worth noting, since Clara is eager to put it into use.
Yeah.
It's called Bait and Switch. Why would you ever want to be the center of attention? Your ascendance move lets you use someone else's ascendance. You can either mimic it and control it yourself, or let someone else use theirs on your dime. Wouldn't it be a shame if the wrong person was blamed?
That's awesome.
Crazy.
That's
that.
great.
hmm
Wouldn't that be a shame?
Such a shame. And I feel like Bella does not want to use her ascendance moves at all because she lost her friend that way.
So I was super going to use yours.
Yeah, that's great. And I'll be like,
Yep.
no,
Yeah.
it wasn't me.
Yeah, and I imagine your friend was like, it wasn't tragic,
No.
but it was sad that you
It's
lost
sad
your
for
friend.
me. Like they probably were
Yeah.
super excited. They did it on purpose. Like,
Like, I'm gonna do this awesome thing for my friend.
yeah, I'm ready to
and-
move up, and like
Yeah.
they
Get
thought it was
out.
great, and I was like, yeah, thanks. No, I can't talk to you anymore. I miss you. I'm sad.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I actually am obsessed with the Reaper one too, because it's like
So
everyone gets back up.
Mhm.
good.
Yep.
Yep.
It's good stuff.
We'll see when it happens. Who knows?
Demigods should be a little OP, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's,
Yeah.
that's what I wanted out of that.
You did.
Demigods
You
were the
just
original
did.
superheroes.
Anyway,
Um,
so it's fine if you die.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
It just fucks me up.
Yeah.
So there's no more monkeys.
Right.
Mhm.
You've
That's
gone to watch
cleared.
them.
There's some like dangling broken speakers and just remnants. There's a smell of ozone in the air. Everyone's got a little static electricity in their hair.
You can see where Micah's real hair is, and her
Yeah.
extensions are standing out.
I feel like Bella's standing there, like kind of like a little deflated, like, oh, the fight's over. Hair's extensions, really? Like I could have handled that.
It was very well handled.
Yeah, that was.
Okay, I have
job.
follow-up questions now that we're no longer fighting for our lives again.
Anders is still just like kind of like just sitting there, and you guys can see his face is like definitely changed, and you're seeing your browser history.
Okay, so I have
Okay.
follow-up questions.
For the listener, Clara looked away from Eli.
Like all of us were like, oh, okay.
We almost fully turned the
I'm
opposite.
looking at my phone
Yep.
while asking
Yep.
you a question.
No offense, Anders, you're really hard to look at. A little offense. Thank you for the assist.
That was a heroic move, my friend. I am impressed. Well done.
Let's make sure our cleanup is fully done. Is there any more presence of discs or glow or music or?
It seems to have fully dissipated. And I think you would, of all people, Teo would know because it had that essence of like death, but not death, and it felt wrong. And
Mhm.
that is, aside from this like ozone, staticky feeling in the air, but a lot of magic leaves that behind. So that's not super unique or damning. The immediate threat of like some portal to hell or something worse is gone for sure.
What was the portal? And Micah sort of like knocks on the back of the bus. Solid
Little
bus.
panel falls off.
Can I edit the description? Because the music box is still music boxing.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, so the music is still there.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
but just not over the speakers.
Right.
Yeah.
For everyone or just for you?
No, everybody. It's the
Okay.
music box is just playing.
Is it like
Oh.
is it somewhere we can see it?
Well, he's holding it like he's
Oh,
like
okay.
sitting on the floor, just like holding it.
Oh.
Does it have like a little like a turning thing, or is it like a little ballerina thing inside, or what's it look like?
Ballerina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you for pantomiming that.
Thank
Kimmy.
you.
Okay. So
I think because I saw Anders' mom, who I don't recognize, but I did see Teo through that. I kind of like will turn to Teo and gesture at the music box. Like, this sounds like a you problem.
I don't see why we have to assume it's my problem.
Okay, well,
now you're speaking trickster language.
okay,
Yeah.
well, everyone else just needs to get good at it. Someone, okay. The person who already will have one knows they did.
What?
What?
Thank you for that.
The person who was going to win knows and did.
You've received a strange and inconclusive message from a disc of light.
A lady who you helped because I figured out it was the time. I knew the time.
Mm-hmm.
Someone you helped across last year.
So wait, does that mean we don't win?
I don't know. In fact, it feels like the game is rigged.
Oh. Bella's not like that at all. Bella's like, does not like.
Can
So-
we?
So my Bella and I are friends.
So,
What does Anders' mom look like?
Swedish. Like I would say like older. She was probably like the cool European mom for like his friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, like probably long blonde hair, blue eyes, and just like very fit.
hot
Yeah.
mom.
60
Tall,
something.
steely blonde
Nice.
hair.
Yeah.
Great dresser. Talked like
Who?
she was singing.
That's my mother.
And she just like goes quiet and like puts her hand on your shoulder.
Did you help her across?
Yes.
Okay, well, I guess that moment and this moment kind of touched. At least that's what it looked like.
Wait, across time?
I don't know. I don't do time.
I know that. Wait, so Alex, or I'm sorry, Teo, you
Yes.
took Anders' mom over?
Yeah, we met a while ago, about a year. Well, actually, I guess it would be exactly a year.
Yes, exactly.
Oh. Well, I'm sure it was helpful that it was someone who cared about her and knew her son. That is something to be thankful for, that a Reaper was nearby that cared.
Okay,
Well,
Bella's trying very hard to like make the situation better.
that wasn't exactly how it happened. It's part of how we met, actually, but
okay.
Anders is just kind of like there's definitely like in the like sad movie start scrolling in the data,
Yeah.
like every sad movie you've ever seen.
Oh man,
oh,
Yeah.
so much old Yeller.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Like the saddest moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just
Sad
a
movie.
montage.
You just
Yeah,
see-
some YouTube video of all the saddest moments of it.
Yeah.
Oh god, try not to cry challenge.
Yeah.
Okay, well, she broke time to tell us what I just said, and I would have been very much more thankful if she used any kind of tense that made sense, right?
Well, why didn't she?
She said that she couldn't do it because someone said she couldn't.
What do you mean?
She couldn't say specifically who it was.
Agree to disagree with that. Just the not being able to do it's complicated. You can get around any rule. That's what they're for.
You can get around any rule, but
You're not trying hard enough.
I'm sure she was trying plenty hard.
She tried really hard, actually. That's why
Yes.
it wasn't the one whose one already knows. It was he. So we have a pronoun and a
Oh,
gender.
okay. Wait, he.
He,
well,
but
we're
not
not
you.
we're not going to take out the potential winner or anything, so I'm not sure why it really matters.
Well, no, because it was happening. Ugh. Okay. Wait, my brain is broken. When I said he, and I said Anders, she responded positively? No.
Oh, she was not talking about Anders.
Okay, okay, that was correct then. It wasn't Anders. It's it's not my friends, if that makes sense. So it's not you guys, I don't think.
So it means that we're
Oh.
supposed to like take them out and win ourselves, right?
Are
Put a
we?
pin in that.
Okay.
I mean, that's
That's
the opposite
Bella.
of what Teo just said. Just as the referee here.
No, I don't. I
The
mean,
one
listen,
who's going
I
to
want to
win.
win this competition.
The one
But
who's going
it's-
to win already knows they're going to win. I think.
It seems quite an extreme message to bring to us from a very important deceased relative. Just to
It-
say, hey, you can't get first prize in a band competition.
Yes, that is true.
In the moment that you're going to die, that's the message you send.
I do think that maybe bending the rules would be the most optimal choice. Or if a god is trying to sway something to their own means, it seems like it would be a very disastrous outcome for mortals.
Hmm.
Well, then we just have to win. Because they don't know we're going to win.
I mean,
Agreed.
Fuck fate, right?
Something like that.
so
Thunder,
it-
boom.
Spicy.
So I have a lot of experience with mothers. my two mothers are very active in life. As much as I'd love to think that it's that we're supposed to win, I think that maybe there's something more important here, and maybe we're supposed to. Okay, I can't. Okay, just like don't judge that I'm about to say this, but maybe we're supposed to help someone else win.
No, that's what that's what I'm saying is
He's sweaty now.
She's like legit, like okay,
You're dripping a little bit.
struggling with like the concept of she's like trying to like twist it in her brain, like by beating this other god, maybe you're winning. Even if you lose the competition, it's a win in another way. Like there's a lot happening
Being
in her
the
brain.
best helper.
The
I
best.
Mhm.
Oh,
think maybe we should just be prepared to bring more than our supernatural charm to this competition.
miscongeniality. I like it. However, no. And I think I grab Bella's face in that, like, when you get really excited and, like,
so
squish
like,
cheeks.
I might murder you.
Yeah.
I might murder you.
You're, like, taller than me, so I'm just like, okay,
It's
listen.
Cute.
Listen.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. We don't win. They don't win
Mm-hmm.
because whoever, the message is that he already knows he's going to win.
Okay.
So we don't let him win.
Okay.
He won't see that coming.
What if he's supposed to win?
That's not what I'm talking. I didn't say supposed
Okay.
to.
Okay.
I said going to. We're going
Okay.
to. He's supposed to.
Like Bella's
There-
gonna like literally pick you up so you're not reaching up anymore. So you're just kind of like squeezing her face at like a regular angle. Okay. Take a breath.
So now,
Take a breath.
no, listen.
Okay.
Okay.
Listen.
Because I'm a genius.
Okay. Okay.
There are tons of things we're not supposed to do,
Uh-huh.
but we do, right?
A lot.
Exactly.
Yes, you are good at that, Mika.
Exactly. So we win
Mm-hmm.
in spite of it, of this prophecy shit.
She's saying
We'll move in that direction.
that we make a calculated risk to change the fates that these gods are trying to put forward.
It's going to hurt people, right?
Right.
And we're half people.
How do we know it's going to hurt people? Maybe this is a don't fuck with it kind of message.
I feel like we have to consider the source as being in our like hoping for our best interests.
Okay, the message
You're
was
right. You know what? That's fair. Yes.
the one who's going to win already knows sounds really vague. And none of us know we're going to
Oh.
win, so obviously
Oh, maybe
not
it's
us.
just telling us who our biggest competition is because the smuggest.
Listen to Scrub Daddy.
Why don't we
What did you just call me?
Why don't we keep our minds open about the interpretation? We should probably reach out to more wise, looking straight at you, Claire, sources about what this possibly could mean. None of us are experts on prophecies and oracles, so maybe yes, but it's so close to the
Micah
source.
points
We
to
should give you some
points
time to like
us.
process what's happened, and so that we make sure we are going into this with the best battle plan, because we want to make sure that we're doing the right thing. If we're not supposed to win and we're supposed to help someone else win, then we want to make sure that we're doing the right thing and we're being the absolute best demigods that we possibly can be. But if we're supposed to win, I mean,
We win.
yeah, but if we're not supposed
Or
to
we
win,
help them get second. That's winning.
but if we can be heroes by letting someone else win,
They'd be first loser.
we would also be heroes, the best heroes.
I feel like we've traded spots here and I don't like it.
Well,
This is
I-
a bit out of character.
I'm all for winning. But if there is a greater mythology and legacy to leave by doing the right thing and being heroes, Hercules, for example, did a terrible, awful, really, really, really bad thing. Did a lot of things to make up for it. So in the long run was considered a hero and was the one mortal to be raised to Mount Olympus. I mean, until recent history, because there's been a lot of us demigods who've done that through Ascension, and you know. But
Get good marketing.
You're undercutting your point
Yeah.
a little.
he was the first.
Okay.
Uh,
Was he the first?
I mean, the first on record.
The noisiest.
Yeah, definitely the noisiest.
All right.
These kids are so like.
He had a great PR campaign.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really.
That's
really, he
valid.
did. But
Fucking Disney movie. doesn't
so
make
by
much.
losing this one battle of the bands, like we might actually be helping overall, like the greater legacy and being actual heroes, which is bigger than bands. Like forever mythology, remember our name for all time, not just for one battle of the bands.
I could see like a blood coming out of your nose.
It's like,
So suffice it to say, we should be ready for this battle of the bands to require.
We should use our attributes and gifts to determine what our best outcome is once we get there.
well, we should get more information on this prophecy.
I was going to say, I feel like I would like to pierce the veil on this.
Okay. On what exactly?
The concept of the prophecy, which I don't think pierce the veil is quite what I want from that.
I mean, I'm open to it. It is, the prophecy is a thing in the air between you.
Yeah. Like, the only thing I can think of is like opening Teo's hands to look in his book for this.
Well, I mean, that would be implied maybe with a help roll or something like that.
Yeah.
But,
because it's sort of like, I do not do the interpret prophecy thing. That's not really in my skill set. My skill set is find prophecy, ruin prophecy. You know? I guess make prophecy happen and then say I told you so.
I would say you do have an unlimited data stream next to you.
I was gonna say, like,
Ooh.
like when you lift up someone's eye.
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
I would like to pierce the veil. Mind you, I have a -2 to judgment. Wait,
Mine are 2.
-1 to judgment.
No.
Okay.
It almost got really bad.
Can I provide aid?
Well, after the roll, yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, hopefully you roll black stars.
All right, let's see. I'm doing this is high risk, high reward, because I roll like shit. Don't fuck me. That is an 8 -1 is 7,
Okay.
And
which
then,
is
oh, it's still.
okay. I get 2 questions. And can I get help? Well, I don't think there's anything you can do to push it.
What's your total?
7.
No. The best that aid can do is +2, which would be a 9, which is, yeah.
Still 2 questions.
Couldn't she use the +1 forward that I didn't use?
That's for smite your enemies.
Oh,
I don't think you want me to use slay your enemies on you right now.
just might the prophecy.
Jason's like, no.
I love some metaphor, but
That's fine. I'm not a judgmental character.
Can I use Fate's favor to help her out with that?
I don't know how.
Okay, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I didn't read those mechanics. Jason, explain it.
So Fate's favor is something you get from various actions, or I can grant it in the face of appropriate situation. So I do you have something that just you can grant someone Fate's favor?
No, I had it since Teo gave it to me.
Oh,
I passed it forward.
and you didn't. Yeah, so that was for the scene.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So
It's
that's
okay.
I tried.
A 7 is fine. A 7 is
And
something.
it's a lot better than you normally
it's
roll.
better than
And you
normal.
had a -2. I'm proud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you get 2 questions here.
Okay.
And then also, we're just aware of our time. We'll probably need to go ahead and game down after this.
I think I'm gonna so Micah sort of like looks between all of like her bandmates at the back of the bus, and kind of gestures for Bella to put her down. And she sort of like, you see her like stare really hard at Anders and like trying to kind of do what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And like clenches up and, no, okay.
Pinch.
Yeah.
Pinch. Pinch and zoom.
And she goes to and like she's like, okay, hold on a second, and she like runs to the front of the bus and grabs a piece of fruit from the front of the bus, and she like opens it and stares at it. And I think that's how she's going to pierce the veil on this.
Okay.
Like a fortune cookie
Sure.
almost.
Yeah.
Or like this is how she's going to
Fortune
divine on it.
orange.
Fortune orange.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, all right.
Well, a lot of Buddhist traditions too, like they put out fruit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's what those are all for.
Yeah.
And so she's like, okay, don't fuck me. And like opens the orange.
What an incantation. Okay. What question do you want to ask?
Who's responsible for this prophecy? Like, not like Ender's mom. We saw Ender's mom.
No, I'm not going to answer that. Do you want to know who's warning you?
I want to know who's the prophecy about. I want to know the he.
Oh, yeah, okay. Actually, that works for that question. You are just assaulted with this like montage of images of this new star who, there's a bunch of new bands that are showing up, but there is this kind of came from country western, but then has pivoted into more like blues rock, a lot of like, the bendy guitars, like steel guitar kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
I love that stuff.
And has pivoted into more of like a rock and roll vibe, and came from country western and has moved into that. Oh shit! I didn't give him a name yet because I didn't think it was going to come up.
Old Scratch.
What?
I said Old Scratch.
Old Scratch is his name?
Yeah, go with that because I think I know where you're going with this.
Okay, so Old Scratch.
That works.
But he's like 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but his voice is old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he plays like a 80-year-old, who's been playing guitar for
Mm-hmm.
75 years.
Gravel that breaks your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somehow Johnny Cash like crammed into 25-year-old.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ooh. Okay, I'm okay with that.
Might want to
Yeah, I'm also kind of into it.
kind of like Chris Stapleton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hot. Okay.
Yeah, and like physically attractive, like traditionally attractive.
Yeah. No, I
Um,
think both. I think anyone looking just like gets like looks at Micah and just sees just like her go, nice.
Oh, there was also like part of the like news cycle that flows to the surface was there was this initial like he left country western because I don't want to get too deep into abuse here, but came out as bisexual and felt like he should leave country western scene
Interesting.
and moved into this other thing and like got some shit for that, but then gained popularity seemingly in spite of that.
Damn, respect.
And is now like a rock icon in his own right. Doesn't like plays with whatever band shows up in the venue, right? Is essentially a solo act.
I feel like he opens for the chicks a lot.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's like
Yeah.
on brand.
All right, I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna go off book for the second question. You can tell me fuck off.
I might.
Who's powering him?
See, that sounds like who is responsible
Who's
for this
responsible
person.
for this person?
Yeah. He is. Let's see. How do I want to word this?
Clara, stop
good
asking me plot relevant questions.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give you Pantheon.
That's kind of
Okay.
what I want.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's the American Pantheon.
Fucking knew it. Smells like Crossroads.
Chirp, chirp.
So yeah,
Twitter?
Micah like has the fuck. It's Twitter.
Oh, God.
You see Micah kind of like first she's like nice, and then like she kind of concentrates again, and then this aura just split in half, but has not been fully peeled. And she
Oh.
just fully
Sorry. And with that, just a little. Though you only got the two questions, right? Yeah. So the tail end of that, you're like seeing, a bunch of the deities that you're familiar with. And a lot of the American pantheon has gone through a lot of upheaval and has a bunch of problematic figures in it, like most pantheons in the world do. But one of the ones that you're kind of familiar with is called Flo, and she looks like a diner waitress. But she was a big deal when Route 66 was a major thoroughfare.
Now you're speaking my language.
She looks like 40-something, solidly built woman.
She smells like Americana.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And pie.
Like good French fries and
Pie
pie.
and coffee.
Yeah.
And,
She looks like she gives good hugs and smells like cigarettes.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
it.
And she shows up in diners sometimes, roadside diners.
And we haven't started leaving. The bus hasn't left yet. Like
No.
we're still the bus is stationary.
No, you're leaving in the morning.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
But that is just a lingering image left for you.
And I think Micah holding the orange, like she said, she gets this, and then she just like bites into the half of the orange, like
Yeah,
Ryan all just like angry bites.
it's a good orange. It's got seeds in it, but what are you gonna do?
And Ryan,
Oh,
like she just
yeah.
went full.
If it's from the Inland Empire, it's not. It's a
Yes.
navel orange. It does not have seeds.
That's obnoxious.
She did, however, bite like full
Nice.
rind, like she was eating a piece of bread.
The actual tangerines
actually-
in my yard have like more seed than tangerine sometimes.
Mhm.
Okay, that's fine. No seeds.
And she like, and she sort of like, like puts the rest of the orange like down, like sticky hands. Deal with this later.
Mm.
Fuck.
Is this like the only time you're not like all pristine put together? Like at these moments when you're like having these weird visions and like dealing with
think-
these oranges?
I think this is unusual for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think Micah taking something this seriously is more unusual.
Okay.
She's definitely like put together grunge,
hmm
not like
planned grunge.
yeah, like it takes her 45 minutes to do it to roll out of bed.
Yeah,
Look.
to look
Yeah.
like the slept in it.
Yeah. No, it's hard to look this casual. But no, and what's more weird is she's always moving, and I think that she's stopped and she's doing this, and it's like okay. So like when she stops moving, you're like something's gone terribly wrong. And
Or
she's
you're
just
about
like,
to do something terrifying.
Yeah, or I'm about to do something
Yeah.
really stupid.
Like when the sounds like the other part of the house gets quiet, and
Yeah.
you're like, "What is my dog doing?"
yeah.
Yeah.
Truly, it's like you turn around and your dog stops chewing on something, and you're like,
Mm.
"What you chewing on?"
Drop
But
it.
no, so
Or your
like,
toddler.
yeah,
I can't speak to that experience, but I trust you.
And when you like peek and they're just like, and then
why
they
is it
run.
blue?
Yep.
Yeah, dogs, toddlers, Micah.
Yeah.
She's like, but she's fully like stopped, and then like she starts moving again. And I was like, fucking pie, bitches. Like,
That's
How?
a Micah moment
Yeah.
for you.
I feel like
Yeah.
all of us exchange like this like silent like checking in with you. What do we think of this?
and she like squeezes both pieces of orange now. Just
It's definitely
Pulp streaming down your arms.
Yeah.
it's definitely out of character.
I think one of the sirens pipes up from the front of the bus, like, "Are we getting pie?"
yes, we're getting fucking pie.
I think that might be a good place to roll credits tonight.
Yeah.
Anything else we should establish before we
I
get
think
going?
that's a perfect
Sounds
perfect
good.
endpoint.
Agreed.
All right. So thank you everyone for joining us live or later. Your only two options to watch the show.
You can well have watched it.
Also, our chat mods who are live in our Twitch chat with us. Thank you. We actually cannot do this without our chat mods. It's just so hard, and people want to be toxic sometimes. So thank you for everything you do. Also, our Patreons who let us do this without a stream of ads and whatever. It is just infinite thank yous for allowing us to do that. And let's go around and say a little bit about who we are and what we've done. Alex, explain yourself.
All right. Hello, my name is Alex. Thank you for watching. It's been a real pleasure to be back for my second ever episode on Happy Jacks. You can find me on Twitter at Alder_Mancy, as well as other places on the internet at Aldermancy, and creating games under Sword Ghost on itch.io. I also want to give a big shout out to the Alice is Missing Kickstarter, which I have been working on as the art director. And we have about 9 days left in our Kickstarter, and it really helps us out. If you love cool, interesting role-playing game experiences, go check it out. It's bit.ly/AIM Silent Falls. I think that's the only thing I have to shout out, but you can find me usually on the weekends over on Total Party Kiss on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, all that good stuff.
So cute.
Too good.
All right. Hi, I'm Clara. I'm all over the internet as clearly_golden, unless you like mermaids, in which case you can find me on Instagram as mermaid_clarity. There's also an Instagram for my clearly golden. It's just not themed. When I am not here playing Demigods or on Thursdays playing Savage Worlds for Under the Rainbow, I am over on Queen's Court Games playing a multitude of things, including a Toreador who really likes pie, and I've just finished one shot. I did actually end up saying that to cause psychic damage to Aaron, who I know was watching. He probably rage quit.
Well, this is great. I didn't actually know that when I was bringing this up. So
No,
this is
It
perfect.
came up. I played an Americana-obsessed Toreador. 'Cause
serendipity.
So good.
I'm a goblin. Also, I am over there playing the All Night Society, which is our vampire podcast actual play that just won a mega fuck ton of awards. That is the technical number.
Yeah.
Over at Cusco Web Fest. We are validated. They get their awards are llama shaped.
Yes.
Um,
It's fantastic.
So many llamas.
Or
Uh,
llama.
We just won international best actual play, best editing, best ensemble cast, which is really cool. And then someone decided that the character I play, Maya Lugasi, was worth giving a best player character, and I'm very thankful
Love
and
it,
very
love
proud.
it. And what's the title of the show that won?
The All Night Society.
The All Night Society, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can listen. We are on season 2.
That's awesome.
So
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you. It's a lot. So
Well, you're a lot, so
I
that
am.
makes sense.
that
Okay.
is
I mean that in the
fine.
nicest way.
A lot of good.
Thank
Yeah.
you. But yeah, no. So we're very
Spicy good.
Please stop deceiving me now.
Okay, Eli, go.
Guys, I'm on the internet, but you don't want to follow me on the internet. So I will give this. Make sure to love yourself,
Mm.
take a shower, eat, sleep, and write one thing that you're grateful for every day.
Amen.
Like 2 out of 3 of those is fine, right? Okay.
No, you should do all three.
Okay.
I don't feel like showering.
You should shower.
In particular.
Also, like Inland Empire represent.
Yeah, straight from the 909.
Mm. I shower once a week, whether I need it or not.
Hi, I'm Kimi. You can find me everywhere on the internet as Golden Lasso Girl. And I own Golden Lasso Games. I also own and run the Happy Jacks RPG Network, which you may have heard of if you're watching this or listening, probably a thing. Let's see, I'm here today. I'm here tomorrow night where I'm running The One Ring, which is our The One Ring actual campaign called Unsung Tales, which is fantastic and very exciting. And I'm here on Friday nights where we do our advice show where people write in from all around the world. Eli's being very distracting. I'm just going to say, like, very distracting. People write in emails all around the world. We give them advice or just read their very amusing emails. If you want to playtest my PBTA hack called Starscape, it is a found family game for space. You can play like your version of Star Trek or Firefly or Farscape. It's lots of fun. It's in beta testing right now, so it's free. Go to goldenlassogames.com and you will find it. And yeah. Oh, hey, if you are enjoying our content, if you could, like, especially if you're listening on podcast, or like if you could just leave a review or like share with a friend. We've like gotten to the point where our studio is like pretty sweet and we're
Yeah.
not dealing with like small gremlins in the system anymore, knock on wood.
And we're able to teleport someone in.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
Astral
Yeah.
projection.
amazing.
wise.
Look at that. We're high-fiving
So
again.
cool.
High five.
It looks totally natural and
Totally
real, and everyone
Okay,
loved
go.
that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There you go. pretty close. But like, tell your friends about us, leave a review, like something, like just like get the word out. I'm very proud of like kind of what we've built recently since like the move, and yeah, help us out.
I feel like Kimmy's underplaying it. She deserves
Mm.
all the accolades.
Really?
I don't know
And we're
about that.
getting a
It's fucking
toilet.
amazing.
Yeah, we're gonna have our own toilet.
Yeah,
too.
I dug a 5-foot hole today so that we could start. So and I found the sewer line so we can install the toilet. That was
Was
a
I
lot.
not supposed to use that hole yet?
Oh man,
This is awkward.
The
we
gifts
should
that keep on
continue.
giving.
Yeah, these are my friends.
And my name's Jason. I
Like holes.
what?
Nothing.
I am the herald of this game, which means I'm not in control of anything.
So sorry.
It's as good times. No, I'm delighted every time somebody believes Silver Tongue should be the weakness to a werewolf, or the Cloak of Obscurity should be able to obscure a giant bloody mess. All of these things are why I do this hobby. So anyway, if you like Demigods, you can check it out at demigodspbta.com for the quick start, or that will eventually be rolled into the new probably okgames.com, which is where all of my game design stuff is going to go. So you can check that out there and sign up for a newsletter. Follow me on Twitch and Twitter at It's Probably Okay. I do my own stream Wednesdays and Fridays, and that's all good times. So just thank you again for joining us. This is really fun. We will be back next Sunday, 5 p.m. Pacific, and for episode 3 of Demigods Going Platinum. And until then, stay in your original designated timeline. Thank you.
Thank you.